Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Sewing Street with me, Vicki Carroll. Lovely, lovely, lovely to have your company. As always, it really is, especially now more than ever. It's really, really important that we all keep in contact and make sure that we're staying in and sewing, more importantly, and sewing, getting creative. Whether you're maybe dusting off an old sewing machine that you found in the loft or in the garage, or if you're thinking, right, that overlocker is still in the box and I haven't started to use it, trust me, go for it. Now's the time, isn't it? When I got back yesterday after the show, I lost track of time completely. Sewing, you just go into a whole different sort of realm, don't you, where all of your sort of worries, troubles, other thoughts, even lunch for me. This is going to be brilliant. I don't know why I haven't thought of this sooner. I forgot to have my lunch yesterday. I got home, started doing lots of little bits, sewing. It got me inspired yesterday's show. And then it got to about 5:30 and I thought, I haven't even had my lunch. I haven't even had my lunch yet. So it just means time just goes like that, doesn't it? Speaking of time just going like that, we've got 3 hours of absolute gorgeousness. And yesterday, I had a bit of a slap on the wrist because I was just gassing, wasn't I? I was just chatting away. And we didn't get half the amount through. I know Joe came off and he said to me, Joe, Vix, he said, we haven't done anywhere near as much as we should have done. I know that we weren't very good at our timekeeping, but it's lovely to have you back, and we had a good old chat, didn't we? So I've got to make sure, because Hayley, producer, head of TV, is producing me today from home. We're only just the two of us, just me and Joe here in the studio today, just working in a skeleton crew, just to make sure that, of course, we're extra safe, which is the most important thing. Hope everybody is well and keeping safe. Please do get in touch with us, though. As I said, it is an interactive show. Joe is multitasking away in there. He really, really is. He's fantastic. He's in the gallery today, and he's going to be keeping an eye with Hayley Bryant, who is our head of marketing, and other Hayley, head of TV, who's going to be also sending in messages. She says hello from Dudley. She says hello. If you want to get in touch with us via the Facebook page, our official Facebook page is on your screen. It's Sewing Street TV. If you search that into your search bar on Facebook, then you'll be able to find all what's coming up. You can send in your messages to the studio and we can read out any of your messages on air. If you do want to get involved in the community, then it's Sewing Street fan page. And it's such a great safe space to just ask any problems that you might have, if there's any, hacks that you want, or if there's a tool that you're struggling to use, if you just want to have a chat, if you maybe if you're on your own in self-isolation, or if you just want to have a chat about sewing and someone else in your household doesn't really get it, then it's a really good place to share lots of great tips and your projects with like-minded people. So definitely join the fan page if you haven't already. If you are shopping with us today, I'm going to tell you how to get involved first, because as soon as I launch today's early bird, you are going to want to make sure that you have an account open and ready. It's going to be amazing. So if you go on to the website, which is sewingstreet.com, that will redirect you to a jewellery maker page. Don't worry. You've still gone to the correct place. It is our sister channel, Jewellery Maker. It's their website that we're borrowing part of at the moment, just as we are building our brand new website. All up, run a singing and dancing website, which is going to be launching very, very soon. But at the moment, everything that you need to know will be on that page. So all of the products from today's show and previous shows are on there. You'll also be able to watch the live stream. So send it to your friends. If you know anybody that you think that our brand new channel will appeal to, then send it to them. We are still a really new show. Lots of you may have followed our community and our journey over at Sewing Quarter, which it was so sad when that came to an end at Christmas, but it's just brilliant to be able to bring to you a brand new launch of Sewing Street over the last couple of months. So we've got an account. If you're, not very technical and you're not very good on the internet and you're a bit worried about it, don't worry. You can speak to our lovely customer service team, free to call from any landline or mobile in the UK, and they're literally down the road from us. Of course, they are also, there's not as many of them in the customer service team at the moment. They are working very, very hard to answer your calls as quick as possible, but thank you for your patience. If you can get to the web, that will be the quickest and easiest way of getting it. And deliveries, just to keep you updated. At the moment, as far as I'm aware, deliveries are still sort of 3 to 5 working days. But if it is a little later, thank you so much for your patience and thank you for bearing with us, as you can imagine. warehouse are also on a skeleton crew, and they're doing everything that they can to get your orders to you as safely as possible. So, are you ready for today's early bird? I've got so much to tell you about today's show. It's going to be brilliant, but I've laid it out ready. I absolutely love this. Now, the rainbow panel that we had yesterday sold out completely. Bit of a heads up for anybody that missed it. We're going to bring it back for tomorrow's show. So if you missed it, don't worry. We will bring it back tomorrow. But that completely sold out in yesterday's show because of its special price. Now this, I mean, wait till you see how big it is. It is an exclusive panel to us. It is an exclusive Sewing Street panel. I'm going to turn it the other way just so you can see the different colours a bit clearer. It's huge. It's 140 centimetres wide. So if you think about your normal quilting weight cotton or your normal jelly rolls, your design rolls, you're normally looking at 112 centimetres wide. This is 140. So it's extra wide. You're getting extra fabric. And what a beautiful pattern. This is going to be your early bird special. Now, I promised you we would do a special price. You are not going to believe this. This is the most affordable panel that we have done. Now, most of them have been $19.99 and a majority of them have all completely sold out. I think when I looked on the website yesterday, the only one that was available was the Azure, so the lovely blues that did graduate in colour, which was an amazing price at $19.99. If you think that most jelly rolls and design rolls, well, if you're thinking of sort of like your Tulas or your Tildas, your Caifs, if you're looking at the design rolls, then you could be looking at sort of £40. Your barley pops that we were looking at, £38, which again, brilliant value for the amount that you can make with them. This is because it is exclusive for us. It is printed especially for us. It's designed especially for us. You can only get it here and you can only get it while stocks last. We have only got a very limited amount of these, which I think will sell out today. When I say limited, I think we've got about 150, which sounds a lot. It's not. It really isn't when we're at £12.99 for all of these strips. So they're 2.5-inch strips. Just like your design rolls or your jelly rolls, if you've got maybe Pam and Nikki Lintott designs, there's so many quilting patterns that call for 2.5-inch strips. So I'm thinking if you cut these into individual strips, I like the way that you've got the little white strip between as well. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room. So whether you're cutting with scissors or you're cutting with a rotary cutter, you know that you can still get that accurate 2.5-inch strip from these. But also, remember, there's all other possibilities. If you're not a quilter, you could still do other things with it. There's some beautiful cushions that we've made from the panels that we've seen over the last couple of months. This one, brand new and at the lowest price point that we've ever done. So as I say, there's been $19.99. The rainbow panel sold out yesterday because it was $14.99. We will be able to bring it back, hopefully at $14.99 tomorrow. If not, then it will be $19.99. This is an early bird special. This is why it pays to wake up with us nice and early. It really, really does. Why not cut them into little squares and do some patchwork? You could subcut them into triangles, hexes for EPP. Right, we've got a show of EPP at not 12 o'clock. You're not staying that late, are you, Joe? At 10 o'clock today. 10 o'clock today, we've got an EPP show. I know so many people that have gotten into English paper piecing over the last few weeks, in particular, actually. And this would be ideal because look at the different colours you're getting. Right from these lovely sort of springtime greens to these really deep forest greens, into your raspberries, into more of the magenta tones. It's just gorgeous. Oh, I've just had an idea. What about binding? How about scrappy binding? So you could do a beautiful border of a quilt in this. You could even cut it across the bias and have even the white sort of, you know, the lines, the white sort of gaps in between. That could be part of your binding. You could use that, incorporate it into your design. It doesn't need to be 2.5-inch strips. You've got a really nice big white border around the outside. So yeah, that gives you, again, plenty of space for error. So if you are cutting, you'll still have plenty of space to be able to make sure that you're getting your accurate 2.5-inch strips. 140 wide for £12.99. You've got 16 strips. That is a lot of fabric. I think we saw yesterday actually with the barley pop, the design roll, the jelly roll that we had from the boutiques. I mean, that was nearly £40. Brilliant price for the amount that you could make from that. Really, really good price. We saw Wendy Orlando making cushions, bags, table mats, all from one. So you can make a whole quilt really out of this. If you just add maybe a white or an ivory or a cream, or maybe some from your stash as a background colour, you could do so much with this. And it's today £12.99. Now, just to remind you, this is your early bird special. Now, for anybody that's new to us, as I know that we've got so many brand new collectors coming in all the time, lots of brand new sewists coming in and joining us. The early bird special is for today only. Or, I say today only, if you're watching on any sort of repeat this evening, it's worth checking availability because we are how many minutes into the show, Joe? About 10 minutes into the show and 30% of the stock has already gone. So, definitely contact the customer service team, check on the website, see if there's any stock left because I don't know whether 50% is now gone. I do not know whether we'll ever be able to get it back at that price. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring the panel back. Don't think we'll be able to bring it at £12.99 for obvious reasons. It is the lowest price that we've ever done on a panel like this. It's 100% cotton, quilting weight, beautiful attention to detail in the design as well. Can we have a closer look, Joe? Let me hold it. I'll hold it like this, and Joe's going to come out and have a look at the patterns because they are so pretty. This is why I'm thinking of English paper piecing, because I want to be able to see that detail. The detail is very sort of William Morris-esque, actually. If you loved the Winterbourne house range from Liberty, I think this is another one that you're really, really going to enjoy. I think it's quite sort of Edwardian, isn't it? £12.99, and those stunning magenta pinks. Even for your stash, I mean, you've got so many different colours in there. The greens as well are so opulent. I'm going to slightly just slide this across. Bear with me on the cameras. If I just slide that, then you can see these gorgeous greens as well. Aren't they amazing? So, those of you that have purchased the early bird today, don't worry. Even if you've checked out of your order, you can purchase even more products, which we've got amazing deals today. We've got something for everybody. And you'll still only pay one postage and packaging. So you've already paid that P&P for the day. It's not like other channels or other websites where... In fact, I was on a website, very famous card website. I was sending some birthday cards out. And I thought, oh, it's also someone else's birthday. I'll go back in and recreate another personalised card. And then went to check out, and it was another £4. I thought... just paid £4. I was only getting a birthday card. So I thought, oh, I'm not going to do it. Whereas actually, it's brilliant that all of your orders will be consolidated at the end of the day today at midnight tonight, and you'll only pay one postage and packaging, even if you buy a sewing machine. So whether you buy some pins or needles or, you know, just the panel at £12.99. If you decide to add on the amazing deal that we've got with the 570, I'll tell you about that in a minute, or some Liberty Fat Quarters. We've got the seams hand cream back. I know a lot of people have been asking for that. So, I mean, even if you're just, no matter how much you're spending or the weight of your parcel, it's still only one postage and packaging. And as I did say at the start, at the moment, our warehouse team are working so hard to be able to get your stock to you as efficiently and as safely as possible. £12.99. I wanted to stay with you a bit longer than normal, as that price is bonkers for anybody that may be a slightly, later riser who's just waking up with us. Where you been? The early bird special, I told you yesterday, set your alarm for today's because this is just brilliant, isn't it? The problem is I worry about... I'm the same. Over the last 3 weeks, I have been watching on the replay and I've heard John saying, oh, there's availability, and I've looked on the website and things have sold out very, very quickly during the show. So I'll keep you updated on the stock of that one throughout the next couple of hours, and I'll keep reminding everybody, but add that to your order and then you've paid your P&P. Okay, talking of the 570, I'm not going to do it just yet because I know that we talked quite in depth about it yesterday. But the reason that I wanted to bring it back in today is because we've got the most incredible bundle with this. It's a brilliant price machine anyway. If you go onto our website, which I will show you actually, If you're on our website, it does redirect you, as you can see there, to the Jewellery Maker website. Don't worry, that is simply just as we're sharing we've got a landing page on their website at the moment. But if you scroll down, you'll find where you can watch us, how you can sign up for the newsletter, and then underneath there's a lot of machines on there. There's 1,000, the 680, which is brilliant, 1,099, exclusive to us here at Sewing Street in the UK. You've got the Alna 720, 1,300. We've got the overlockers. We've got another one which is nearly £3,000. Another overlocker there. So this machine, for me, in terms of value for money, I would be thinking, right, that's an entry-level machine. It's really, really not. It's so user-friendly. It's a computerised machine, and the price itself is brilliant. For a limited number, now, I didn't realise yesterday when I bought this on air, I didn't mention how many we had at all, and I didn't know that we were only going to be able to offer this bundle for a limited amount of machines. I can now tell you we've got less than 10 chances to get this machine with the bundle. So the machine itself comes with a whole array of accessories. Definitely have a look on the website, or wait till 9 o'clock and I'll talk about that in a bit more depth. But you're also going to get today so much fabric. In fact, there you go. The graphics are in because I know that we've got less than 10. You're also going to have... It's all right, Joe. Right, okay. So you've got all of your fabric. You're then also going to get, along with all of the standard accessories that you already have, your walking foot, which is normally £50 anyway. For those of you that love quilting or bag making, that, for me, is it would be a foot that I would be quick to purchase. If I had this machine and I was saying, right, I then want to expand on it, that would be the first foot that I would buy. So you get that for free, and you're also going to get a free motion foot. So it comes with an extension table, so if you do love doing free motion or ruler work, then it does also come with an extension table, and it will come with that free motion darning foot. £569 at no extra cost, so that's over £80 saving. I watched Debbie's show. She does that. If you want to watch it back on YouTube, it was on the 27th of March, and it was quite unusual actually. She started the show by having 3 machines on the table, and I've never seen Debbie Shaw do this. She said, right, this machine is brilliant at it was the 550. She went, don't buy it. And then she says, here's the 560. She was going through all the features and functions, and then she went, don't buy it. And then she said, because of this. And I mean, we're not a normal shopping channel, to be honest, where I'm not going to tell you to buy the most expensive machine. There are machines on there that, of course, are a lot more expensive. Personally, for me, depending on where you are on your sewing journey, depending on what you want from a machine, this is brilliant. It really, really is. This is perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. I had this at home last night as I was... I know, I absolutely love it. I said, please can I take this home, because I've really got my eye on it, especially at this price point. And it's so user-friendly. I couldn't believe how quick I was able to just get sewing. And that's the most important thing, isn't it? And it's so compact. It's so compact. It's so lovely that I've got a machine and it's huge. And it actually says... It's one that I'll be completely honest with you. I borrowed it from somebody, and if you're starting sewing, I'd actually recommend to do that. If you want to, before investing a lot of money into a machine, have a go, see if it's something that you like. But I don't have a sewing space, and my husband, he's a bit well, he likes to have his clean space. So as soon as you know what it's like, as soon as you get your stash out, and as soon as you've got your sewing machine out, threads, everything goes everywhere. You probably saw the picture on Facebook last night of my kitchen just totally into a new sewing room, which I loved. In fact, my mother-in-law said to Kieran, you need to get Vic a creative space then. She needs a room with a creative space. You're going to have to move house. And I'm like, yes, I do. I'd love a she shed. I would love a she shed. I'm going to go through it in more detail anyway at 9 o'clock. But I just wanted to make you aware, there are less than 10 available with that bundle. And I'm having one. And I'm going to have one of those. I love it. It's such a great machine. It will grow with you. It's not one that you're going to need to upgrade anytime soon. It does so much. You've got 380 stitches on there. Whereas this is why Debbie was saying with the 550 and the 560, I think you've got 50 stitches on the 550. Brilliant. do we need any more than that? But it's nice to have the choice, isn't it? It's nice to be able to have the alphabet. That's what was the game changer for me, being able to personalise and do monogramming. I made so many quilt labels last night because it's lovely to be able to personalise things, isn't it? Really quickly and easily, which I'll show you the memory function on that in a bit. So, right, I'll come back to that. Had lots of messages coming in. Thank you for getting in touch with us. It's really important now more than ever that we all stay interactive and talk to us. Please do. Hello, Claire. Good morning, Vicky. And all of the staff, Joe. And everyone from home. So glad you're back. Oh, thank you. Looking forward to the show today. Loads of sewing. Be doing loads of sewing. Oh no, oh my word. Okay, so her husband at the moment is, not been able to, can't watch the football and can't go to the gym. So he's been at home. Despite all that, she's still managed to get a lot of sewing done. Brilliant. Oh my word, he's got DJ decks. I keep seeing this. I think it was Fatboy Slim's daughter. Did you see the video that it went quite viral on Facebook? And she's there and they've got all of their decks with like propped up with baked beans and all sorts. It's brilliant. I'd love to try DJing. Oh, she says, I think I'm going to have a new wardrobe by the time he finishes. Hello, Claire. I know Claire. Claire, I've got on Facebook and she's so lovely. She's also a figure skater. She's very busy. Do you know, I was looking at your Instagram, Claire, and I was thinking, how on earth, you're a mom and you're busy all the time by the looks of things. She's always got new garments that she's making, or she's figure skating, she was baking and doing all sorts. Like, my word, I don't have that much time in the day. Okay, hello, Leela. Leela sent a message in as well. Good morning. Has Joe had a day off yet? Yeah, you were off on the weekend, weren't you, Joe? So Joe's sister, Kat, you're in safe hands when there's a Wilcox in the building. There has to be a Wilcox in the building at all times, just for us to be, we feel so much more, we do feel a lot safer when there's Kat or Joe or somebody here, because they're just brilliant. So no, Joe has had a day off. You're off tomorrow as well, aren't you? Oh no, we're in tomorrow, aren't we? And then Thursday, you're off. Thursday, Friday off. Right. Am I going to do the fat quarters next? Right, so this Liberty collection has, I'm going to go and say it, I think this is my favourite ever Liberty collection. Liberty is iconic. I was actually talking to my friend Tom, who lives in London, and he likes to think that he knows sewing, and he talks to me about it a lot, and he was talking to me about these machines. And when I said to him about Liberty, and he was like, the Liberty, like Liberty London. And I was like, yeah, Liberty London. It's so iconic, whether you're into sewing or not. We all know Liberty. The colours and the patterns in this collection are beautiful. But the reason that I love it is because I actually spent a bit of time doing a bit of research into where the inspiration for this collection came from, and it's called the Winterbourne House range, which, Claire from Solihull, it's not far from you actually, it's in Edgbaston, it's in Birmingham, Winterbourne House. So Hayley, I know you're watching, Hayley, our head of TV, we want to go and do a little field trip to Winterbourne House when we're able to, because it's not far from us and it's gorgeous. This was taken from the Liberty London website. Liberty Fabrics Winterbourne Quilting Collection draws inspiration from the arts and crafts movement, the creative period from 1860 to 1910, when English designers led a return to high quality and handmade goods, creating elegant, stylized interpretations of botanical and historic motifs. Named after the exquisite art and crafts period, Villa in Birmingham, which, as I say, you can actually go and visit it. They've got botanical gardens. You can hire it for weddings. It looks gorgeous. These prints draw upon the interiors of the house and the family who once lived there. Now, if you go to the winterbournehouse.org.uk, you can read more about all the history, and it's really interesting. They have William Morris wallpaper all everywhere, and I think I love William Morris, and I think that's why I love this Liberty collection, is because it reminds me so much of that sort of era. Should we do the pinks first? Okay, so all of these colours in fat quarters. Now, these ones sold out yesterday by the half metre. I believe the only way of getting these now is in the fat quarters, if I'm not mistaken. Hayley, you'll have to just triple check for me at home. But I think they all sold out in the pink, so the only way of getting these could be in the fat quarters now. It's a limited collection, it really, really is, which we're not going to be able to get back. They've been incredibly popular. You're getting 11 fat quarters. Let me show you what a fat quarter looks like for anybody, again, who is new, because it's a lot of fabric. Bearing in mind you're looking at absolute top quality cotton here. This is Liberty. It doesn't get much better than that. And if you go into the Liberty store, you can't really go and ask for a fat quarter. I did ask yesterday and nobody corrected me. So I know that you can't buy by the half metre. It might be by the metre, or it might even be by 2 metres. You have to buy a lot more than, you know, a fat quarter anyway, or pre-cuts. So it's great to be able to have a snippet and experience all of these different prints and colours. And it's done for you. If you're making patchwork, quilts or cushions, then you can mix and match scales of print and think, well, they've done that for you. Or if you're new to sewing, you could make yourself, let's pick this one, the poppies. This is called Beatrice Poppy, which is, again, taken from the Liberty archives. I've remembered the names. I told you I love this collection. So this one, it's not because it's written on the selvage. So this one you could just have as a cushion front, couldn't you? How much does it cost, do you think, to have a Liberty cushion? If you go into Liberty and buy a cushion, you could just have half a metre of maybe your cream or blue. Navy would look nice with this. And you could make a really simple envelope back cushion as your very first project. Or with fat quarters. We've got a book coming up from Wendy Gardner of home, well, there's lots of fat quarter makes to give you a bit of inspiration. But you could make lots of little gifts to send to people in the post, couldn't you? That would be lovely. Look at this. That's so pretty. Liberty cushions is what Joe's just put into the search engine. There's various different cushions on there, ranging from £150 to £195. And that's the top of the search. He says, I haven't even tried to find expensive ones. That's just the top one. You might be able to get them more affordably, but my word, I told you. So, I mean, this is the sort of, it's the name, isn't it? It's absolutely timeless. It's just so classic. This one for me is very Liberty iconic, the ditzy print, the smaller prints. But when you're looking at more prints like this is where I feel this is Louisa May. This one I think more of like the William Morris and that Edwardian house, that beautiful, you just imagine really opulent furniture and wallpaper. It's just gorgeous. £42.99. So I just wanted to show you how much a fat quarter is. It's half of a half metre. So you do get a lot of fabric. With one fat quarter, there's a lot of makes you could do. Little scissor keepers, pin cushions, tote bags, cushions. Oh, Joe's now shopping for cushions, by the way. Joe, I'll make you a Liberty cushion. I'll make you a Liberty cushion, yeah. You've got Liberty swim shorts. Oh, very nice. Okay, so this one, by the way, we didn't have by the half metre. This one, it was only available in the... Oh, no, we did. It was that one. That one wasn't available by the half metre. That was the only one that you can get as a fat quarter. £42.99 for 11 of your jewel pink fat quarters. Let's do the teals. They are very limited now, by the way. I know I said this yesterday, but... just for anybody that missed out, we are not going to be able to get those back. We are not going to be able to get them back. Once they are gone, they are gone. The teals. These are also very, very limited, or as Joe likes to say, these are also tealy limited. I suppose we haven't had Paul in the gallery, have we? So we're all missing out on these puns. I did send Paul a joke, actually. It was on the Sewing Street fan page. Somebody had Twix, you know, chocolates, and there was 2 Twix in her sleeve like this, and she says, I'm not a magician, but I've got 2 Twix up my sleeve. And I thought that is such a Paul joke, so I did screenshot it in and sent it, and he did like it. He did enjoy it. He sends his love. He sends his love. He's okay. He's just got, he suffers with asthma, so he's at home. He is at home, but we're keeping him company, aren't we, everybody? We're trying to. He's doing all our quizzes and stuff with us. Oh, that's so beautiful. See, this would go with, Debbie Shaw was saying that she was going to do some grey and cream cushions. This would look lovely, wouldn't it? I think that would go with most of our home decor and just add a bit of a splash of colour. Quilting weight cotton, £42.99. Once again, 11 Liberty fat quarters. 11 Liberty fat quarters. They're all such gorgeous quality as well. Wait till you get these home, you can feel they are such stunning soft cotton. Again, the little mini poppies for £42.99. So if you've already opened your order, maybe with the early bird, which by the way, stocks are already low. Stocks are already low on the early bird. So if you've already opened your order and purchased that, adding anything else to your basket, you won't need to pay postage and packaging again. It's all included one day. Okay. Oh, new customers as well. Hello, new customers. Those of you that are joining us maybe for the first time, maybe you've been watching us over the last couple of weeks and you've made your first exciting new purchase. Let us know when you get home. We love to see your makes as well. We really do. Was that from there? I think that was from, yeah, I think that was from that one. Oops. Getting in a muddle. Yeah, that's right. One job, I've got to keep them all in order. You know what I'm like though, I'm doing very well with my folding. Doing very well with my folding. Okay. I'm going to move on to the greys, Joe. Oh, well done. He was quicker than me. I thought the other ones were still in. So, neutral and grey. This is the only way of getting this colourway. We didn't have it by the half metre. Oh, I haven't told you, we're the only television channel that brings you this collection, the Winterbourne House range, in fat quarters across all the colours. There's nobody else that does that. So if you do want to get the whole collection, you can get all three at the moment. This one is now very, very limited. I'm saying that very, very quickly because very soon I won't be able to say that because these will be gone. That one's beautiful. Look at that. How pretty. For smaller makes, for smaller projects, I mean, even just for your stash, you could fussy cut these with the tool that we've got coming up in the next hour, the Crafty Products, the gyro cut and the fabric cut. You could cut elements of Liberty and applique them onto even just a plain ivory or cream solid and create bespoke Liberty fabric, or more or less. If you've seen how people create their own sort of fabrics doing applique, it just looks amazing. So if you love certain prints, the great thing about it is that it's all the hard work's been done for you when you're looking at a bundle like this. When you're looking at all these different scales of prints, the different shades of colour, the bouquets. I love this. Let's open this one out. Go on. We're hoping to get more Liberty. Okay, but it will take a couple of weeks minimum to get them back in. This has been one of the most popular collections, I think, that we've had at Liberty. And yeah, so we are going to try and get more, but it could be weeks. It could be weeks until we get it. Obviously, with what's going on, we're struggling at the moment to get new stock from suppliers. So thank you very, very much for your patience. It's just nice to be on air, isn't it? I think that was our main priority, is that we want to be sewing with you. We want to be giving you some inspiration and giving you some ideas and just keeping you company as well. It's keeping us all kind of sane, isn't it, at the moment? So thank you very, very much for your company. Please message in. It honestly, it makes our day. I've spent 3 weeks at home and I know how hard it is. It's really, really tough, but we've got to do it. We've got to do it. And if we can keep busy doing sort of mindfulness projects like sewing, maybe sitting and doing a bit of hand stitching of an evening, it's just, I actually find it really sort of relaxes me. Right. Shall we move on from the Liberty Fat Quarters? I just wanted to make you aware. I know that we've seen them over the last couple of days, but they are now very, very limited. And the only way of getting the grey and neutral is in fat quarters. Have a look for the half metre stock. If you like the other ones and you're thinking, I really like that, but I want to make a dress. If you go underneath us on the web, let me see if I can show you how to do that. If you find underneath us on the web, there should be all of the half metres under there. Here we go. Hello, Emmy. Oh, it's our youngest viewer, Emmy. Back today with his big sister, Maddie. Emmy and Maddie. So Emmy's 7 and Maddie's 10. And we think that they're our youngest viewers. Their mum is teaching them how to sew a bag. Oh, my word. Please, are you on the Facebook fan page? Please, we'd love to see a picture. We would love, 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 love to see a picture. If you can, that'd be amazing. How cool. We've got some budding sewers then in the making. So on our website, let me know where I need to hold it, Joe. Okay, so I was just having a look to see where all of today's is already listed. So let me go on to page 3. It probably is going to be further than that, actually. But all of them, if you just go along, John Cole Morgan actually showed me that if you click, you can show more. Look what we've got. We've got frozen fabric. I've not seen it yet, and I absolutely love it. Right, this is the 11. This is the 11. The 10 o'clock hour. So there you go. So we've got the mega bundle available in the pink, and then we've also got a lot of these prints by the half metre on the website. Just keep clicking across onto the next page, page 4, and you'll be able to see all of the different half metre Liberty prints that are still available. There you go. Mega bundle as well in the blue. As I said, the grey and the neutral isn't available by the half metre. The only way of getting it is in fat quarters. Right. Let's do some lovely, really beautiful springtime fabric. The sun has just, given us so much hope, hasn't it, over the last weekend? It's just been glorious. And in fact, even though the temperature has dropped dramatically, I can't believe, yes, on my walk on Sunday, I was in my shorts, literally in shorts and T-shirt, and yesterday I was back in my big winter coat. It's strange, but it was really lovely and sunny this morning again. Cold, but really sunny, wasn't it, Joe? Mm-hmm. So this is from Lewis and Irene. I'm thinking, yes, thank you. I'm thinking this would be really, really lovely for kitchen accessories. Have I got the wrong one? I think this would be so beautiful for sort of like kitchen accessories. How about some, I was talking about this yesterday, new oven gloves. After me cleaning my oven, it spurred me on to make some lovely kitchen makes. In fact, in Wendy Gardner's book, let's have a look. We're going to bring this up later, but I'm just thinking, she's got lots of lovely kitchen projects in here. You know, if you're going to do things like oven gloves, it just adds a bit of colour, doesn't it? Or seat cushions, seat pads, table mats, coasters, it's all sorts. So that's one to look out for if you are thinking, right, that's 2 fat quarters. Half a metre is equivalent to 2 fat quarters. I've got it in half here, so you're only seeing half it. But look at the colours, your pinks, your corals. We have got a bundle. Oh. £6.99 a half metre for designer fabric. See, our designer fabric's normally like £8.49, maybe £7.99. That's a really, really good price on Lewis and Irene. Very, very limited on the tulips fabric. I bet Debbie Shaw gave you lots of inspiration of this. Won't be coming back. It is the only chance of getting this fabric. How about a beautiful summer dress? How about a lovely sort of maxi-style dress or a little blouse? Dressmakers, even though it's quilting weight cotton, it's still going to be beautiful for dressmaking. Right, I've got the bundle. It's found the graphics for the bundle. Brilliant. So, in the bundle, you are going to get half a metre of that's already pre-cut. You're also going to get half a metre of, oh, this is cute, half a metre of windmills. Look with little mice. Or as my mum says, mousies. Little mousies. Morning, Mum, if you're watching. What time is it? Is it 8:30 yet? Yeah, she'll probably be up now. She'll be watching. Morning, Mum. The windmill, the little mouses. Mum lives not far from the studio, so I went and waved through the window at her. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? It's really, really sad. This is so pretty. I like this sort of stripes of colour. Can you see? From a distance, it almost has like that stripe effect. Oh, I can see our John Cole Morgan in a shirt with this. This would look really nice in a shirt. You've got some bright pink, you've got red, you've got oranges and corals, the lovely vine designs. Even just having it as wall art in an embroidery hoop, maybe even embellishing with a few French knots or, you know, over maybe lazy daisies as your vines. So you also get half a metre of this one, and then, I'm not done yet, £26.99, you still get half a metre of, this is all designer Lewis and Irene fabric. This one, which is, what's this one called? Tulip Fields. Tulip Fields mouse, oh. Look at the little mouse in the tulip. No. Joe tried to say the mouse in the house, but he said the mouse, what did you say? No, it didn't really make sense. $26.99, and that is what half a metre looks like. Oops, sorry, it'll already be pre-cut for you, and that's nice. It's got the little spot in the background as well. It's got like a spot-on print. Delicate spot. Half a metre of all of those fabrics for $26.99. Now, do we have them all available by the half metre? I think so. Currently, do you know, because all of our products are listed on the website before we even come live, so they're all there now, which I must say, you can start taking advantage of literally the last 8 of those. Just saying, we've got an EPP show later, so I shouldn't really say that because I do want to show them later, but I was shocked that we had any left after yesterday's. So if you want to make the most of that, you absolutely can. So we've done half a metre. We've done this one by the half metre. Let's do the windmills. Ah, right, okay, stock warning. This would be lovely for fussy cutting. This would be really, really lovely for fussy cutting. And there's less than 3 metres. There's less than 3 metres. So if somebody wants 6 units, go for it now. Snap it up. £6.99 a half metre, you lovely windmills. How pretty does that look though? I can just imagine fussy cutting, the part where the little little mice are, the windmill. Maybe with your new gyro cut. I can see hearts, do you know what I mean? Right, and maybe if I go on the overhead, I know the colour won't be representative to its true colour, but I just want to show you, I can see like a heart there, can you? Where's my hands going? There we go, there we go. Woo! Like that. It's so strange. And it's, do you know what Joe just said? I said, where are my hands going? And he goes, the normal way. Just do it. It's my way. I don't need to look in the monitor because that throws me off. It's like a mirror image. Sorry. I've been off for 3 weeks. I haven't been here for 3 weeks. Oh, yeah, and I didn't sleep very well last night. I don't know why. I was just... I think it was the adrenaline from yesterday. I was so excited. Kieran, bless him, when I came home, he said to me, do you know what? You're so lucky, Vic. You love your job, don't you? He says, I watched you. And he says, I couldn't stop smiling how much you love your job. I was like, yeah, I do. I said, look, I've brought it all home with me. He was like, yeah, I don't appreciate that, bringing everything home and make a mess in the kitchen. Oh, right. So then this one by the half metre. Tulips. And mouse. Oh, it's so pretty. I do like the detail. £6.99. Sorry, Hayley. She's saying, you tell her, Jode. One job. About the overhead camera, me not knowing how to do it. £6.99. Less than 7 metres? Less than 7 metres. We can't get these back, remember. Once these are gone, they are gone. We're not reordering these ones, so we always like to sort of keep offering you new collections. So don't get me wrong. If we could, we'd bring everything back. We just love it all, but we like to offer you different collections. So just to warn you, these are ones that are coming in for spring, and then we'll look at getting you more collections from Lewis and Irene. And the very last one by the half metre is the red, yellows and pink fields. I am thinking dressmaking for this one. It's really lovely. £6.99. We're well underway with our planning of our fabric fitness VHS. I managed to find my head microphone. I knew I had one from I used to do lots of singing competitions where I used to think it was really good to do the dance routine along with it. So I had a microphone, and it's so cringy when I think back now. I'm so pleased that there wasn't the internet and, you know, social media those days. Well, there was the internet. Oh, yeah, but if you want to watch me, Groovy Chick Eurovision, I'm sure that's somewhere in the archives, isn't it? But no, I didn't have a head mic for that one. Joe and I are going to do a fabric fitness DVD. Oh, well, VHS, sorry. But if you have you seen all Joe Wicks's videos? I keep getting invited every day to somebody saying to me, do you want to do a fitness DVD with me? Do you want to do a high intensity workout? Would you like to do a yoga class? I'm like, No, I don't. My one walk a day is enough. So we're going to do some fabric fitness because just holding this, I can feel my arms, you know. I can feel my arms. So after the VHS, at the end of it, Joe's going to do a disclaimer that says, no fitness will be achieved at the end of this fabric hour. It's just a lot of, you know, just nice little stretches to the machine, to the ironing board, this sort of thing. Mr. Motivator style. He's going really, he's got like this red synth keyboard that he's going to do part of it. Liam said that he was up doing the drum section. Like, he's getting very carried away with this. I'm just saying, whilst Hayley's watching, by the way, so that, because it's got to be endorsed by Sewing Street. Okay, so they're all of your very limited springtime tulip, Lewis and Irene fabrics. Well done if you managed to get those. Are we going to do the spots? Oh no, let's come back to that. We're going to do the pepinos. Oh, blue and white like this is really gorgeous. And the fact that you've got such different scales of prints. I spoke about this yesterday. I find it, well, it's a talent in itself, being able to put fabrics together. We have a team that do that. So to be able to put all of these lovely colours and different scales of print, the hard work's done for you. £38.93 is a brilliant price to say that you're getting 3.5 metres of fabric. You basically surely get it. Well, you're getting fabric for free there. You've got £3 saving on what it should be. If you were to buy them all by the half metre, then you are saving £3 buying the bundle. So I mean, look, even the detail on these fabrics, I'm not sure whether you can see at home, but in the background of this one, you've got that lovely sort of speckled effect. You've then also got larger scale prints. It reminds me of, I don't know whether you have ever seen Pedro Prince does this really lovely blue and white, you know, like pottery. Classic, isn't it? It's really, really classic. Who is it that does the blue and white famous plates and crockery? Oh, we had this question with John the other day. It's not Wedgwood, is it? You've also got this spot. This is nice. This is really nice. But blue and white is always going to be popular. I mean, you don't even need to use them all into a quilt project. Why not just have them in your stash? Blues are always going to be popular. This sort of reed design is lovely. Wedgwood. It is Wedgwood. Kat says it's Wedgwood. Oh, Kat, I think Joe's already asked you, but Kat is an avid EPPer as of the last few weeks, but she's well underway with it now. She's doing it every day. Whenever we FaceTime, which we've been doing every single day. Kat's always there stitching. When we're like doing, you know, quizzes and all sorts, I'm like, Kat, are you there? She's like, oh yeah, sorry, just stitching. And she just said it's just so relaxing. So I've asked Kat for any tips for anybody that's not tried it before or anybody who's just starting out. Kat, let us know what are your top tips as a beginner. Is that okay? Thank you. And anybody else, if you've got any tips, message them into the Facebook page. Hayley, our marketing manager, and our head of TV, they're both watching today and they're both working from home. So they'll keep an eye on the messages and send them through to us. Oh, Blue Delft, is it? Blue Delft. Or Spode? Oh, right, okay. Somebody, one of our viewers needs to clear this up because we've got Kat, who works directing cameras, is saying Wedgwood. Head of TV is saying Delft. And Wedgwood, actually. And Hayley Bryant is saying Spode. Please let us know what you think. So that's your whole mega bundle. Have we got these by the half metre, Joe? We've got all of them by the half metre, luckily. I'm going to start with the one... Or is it easier for you to tell me which one to do? Okay, 100% cotton. These would be nice for EPP, actually, Kat, wouldn't they? Because they're a smaller scale print. So if you're looking at maybe sort of your 2-inch hexes, you're still going to see that. The thing with EPP, if you've got a fabric that you love, but it's a big scale print, remember, you're probably going to lose that. If you're cutting up smaller pieces, if you are doing piecing, or even patchwork, it is important to think about your scale of print. Don't get me wrong, there's some larger scale prints here, which I'd probably keep as, you know, bigger squares or cushion fronts. It's probably all of them, isn't it? It's probably all of them. Spode, Delft, Wedgwood. they're all famous for it because it's classic. £5.99, classic blue and white. Pimpernel floral sprig on white, half a metre, looks like this. Again, I know that we've got a lot of new bidders, a lot of new customers that are watching. So those of you that are who have never bought from us before, that's what half a metre looks like. And if you're multi-buying, it will come joined up. So we're going to cut it off the bolt, especially for you, to whatever size you want. If you want a metre, that's 2 units. If you want 2 metres, then that's 4 units. Because a lot of people use quilting weight cotton for dressmaking, for bag making, for soft furnishing, for toy making. Let's carry on. I'm going to whiz through all of these now because we are way into our first hour. I'm going to do this one. There's about 10 minutes left. This is large floral on blue. And it's a lovely sort of almost like a cobalty blue, like a really royal blue. I say cobalt, like I can envision what I think that blue looks like, but is that a cobalt blue, would you say? No, what would you say that was? Like a royal blue? Just quite bright, isn't it? It's lovely. £5, 99.5 metres. So this is your sort of larger scale print, which I would keep for bigger blocks with your patchwork. If we got the big blocks quilting book that we had on the show yesterday. I don't actually know if we managed to get that into the show yesterday. It was on set and we referenced it, but it was on the website. So have a look underneath. There's the big blocks quilt. This is great for fabric like this. £5.99. We've also got the spot. I'm going to go for the it's almost like, it reminds me of, it's a spot, but it's a bit different. It reminds me of it's going to sound silly, but it reminds me of gemstone called, well, those of you that know gemstones, jasper. There's a jasper that looks like this. A regular dot on white. See, that would make a really lovely shirt again, wouldn't it? Dressmakers, this would be really nice for him or for her, actually. You could make quite a smart dress from that. £5, 99.5 metre. Brilliant price per half metre. As I said with the Lewis and Irene, normally when we're looking at, you know, this quality cotton, you tend to be looking a couple of pounds more than that. £7.99.5 metre normally, £5.99.5 metre. We've got blue, is it blueberries, I'm guessing? Small berries on blue. Small berries on blue, beautiful colour. Joe said, you're probably finding this quicker on the web than he's finding the graphics for them. £5.99. You're doing a grand job, Joe. He said, you're going to have to bear with me because it's a bit slower. I know it's not at all. He's so quick with the graphics, isn't he? £5, 99.5 metre for your small berries on blue. You need to let us know what you've been making. Let us know. I have been keeping a good eye on the Facebook fan page. I love seeing all your makes, especially all the lovely bright colours. Let's do large flowers on white. Large floral on white. He says, get it right. It's floral, not flowers. Large floral on white. Oh, dearie me. This would be a lovely bag as well. Bag makers. What about like a nice big tote bag? £5, 99.5 metre. We've literally got 5 minutes left on this hour, so I do want to quickly just whiz through these last couple. If you've got any questions, by the way, about the 570 today, now I'm an expert on it. Now I've been playing around with this for the last few days. I love this machine. Please message in. Message in if you've got any questions about it. Do message in, as it is going to be, I think, probably the last day to get that with the extras, with the freebies. £5.99. This is berry floral on white. And then the last one that we have is the It's like a reed, I would say, reed design. Reed design on blue. And again, brilliant price point. If maybe you're starting out quilting and you're thinking, right, I'm a bit, I don't want to be spending £8 a half metre or £9, or, you know, I don't have the budget to be spending hundreds on kits. Half a metre, that is half a metre. You will be able to make an envelope cushion with that. Or, I mean, you could even use your white or your cream or your ivory, which is even less. I think it's £3.99 or £3.49 a half metre on a website. If you took half a metre of that as well, you'd be able to make two. You could make two cushion fronts and then use the back with your white or ivory. I mean, you can make so much just with half a metre. Have a play, have a play. What about like a makeup bag roll? I think we've all been sorting everything, haven't we? And one of the first jobs that I did, because I was a bit embarrassed, I met Wendy Orlando for the first time when she came on air, and she's watched us on the telly and she knew us all, so she was chatting to me like she'd known me for years, and she just went, Vic, look at the state of your makeup bag. She went, oh, that's disgusting. So, what do you mean? She's like, it's just all in a mess. Couldn't have that. It needs to be in order. So one of my first jobs after, you know, we all said we've got to stay inside, I was like, right, I'm sorting through my makeup bag. I'm giving it a good wash, and then I thought, no, do you know what? I'm going to make my own. So I've made myself like a makeup brushes roll. I'll bring it in and I'll show you, but or I'll put it on the Facebook page. So I've done that and given all of my makeup brushes a clean. It's nice to be able to do, you know, little toiletry bags or gifts for people. If you're not going to be able to see them over the next, you know, foreseeable sort of future, it's nice to be able to send some gifts in the post just to say thinking of you. Right, what else do we need to just show this hour, Joe? Yeah. So we've got the 3-spot prints, which if we're doing springtime fabrics, the beautiful tulip fabric is very, very limited now, but I love, 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 love these. Again, for small projects like little pin cushions, little scissor keepers, maybe tissue keepers. I've seen lots of people doing those. They're lovely. I've even seen, I think it was one of the, it was the first when we started the Make of the Week competition. The first one that I chose was like a little hand sanitizer pouch. It was lovely. Have you not got any graphics for these? I believe they'll be on our website. I think they'll be on our website. So have a look underneath us on the web over the next few minutes and just see if they're there, because they're beautiful. That one's the lime green, that one's the normal green, and then you've obviously got your sky blue, but just between the two. Have a look, because we're just struggling to find the graphics. We're going to be back anyway. I'm going to talk to you more about the 570, so if you've got any questions, get them in. And then also we've got the Seams hand cream back. We've got the Crafty product coming back as well. If you love applique and fussy cutting, that one's going to be up your street. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello and welcome. We love hearing from you, and we really hope that you can follow us on our social media platforms. We've got Instagram, which is @Sewing Street. We have Facebook. We've got 2 Facebook pages. One is the Sewing Street TV page, and the other one is Sewing Street Fans. All 3 of these are monitored all the time by our wonderful team, and if you want to message us on air, drop us a line on either of those 3 and we'll definitely be able to answer your questions that you may have. If you post on the actual wall, we can perhaps answer there. Otherwise, message us as well. That works really, really well. Thank you so much for being involved, and it's only because of this community that we're able to bring you all these different diverse products and to be able to answer your questions that you may have. Another way you can stay in touch with us is by signing up to our newsletter. These newsletters are sent out to you very regularly, and they include not only our guest profiles of upcoming guests, but also amazing shows that we've got coming up for you. And if you want to look at the amazing products before everybody else, that's the best way to do it. If you'd like to sign up and you haven't already, the link to follow is www.sewingstreet.com/sign up. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm John Cole Morgan and I'm here to give you my top tips on how I go about enjoying my sewing experience. My first top tip, as everybody knows, rotary cutter safety. If you're not using it and it's not on the mat, that blade must be locked. Please be safe. My second top tip is always buy more fabric than you need. If you don't have it, it's always going to sell out. You're going to struggle to find it, and when you do, it's going to cost you a lot more than when you were going to buy it originally. So buy it all. You always regret the bit you didn't buy. My next tip is positive or negative, always listen to the advice and opinions of other people. Even if you ignore them, everybody has a different perspective, everybody has a different take on things, and it might help you along the way. The next top tip I have is always buy the most expensive and the most useful and the most practical for your brain product that works for you. Some people prefer different things, buy what works for you. And my last tip is, this is fun, this is enjoyable, and make sure you are enjoying it. Because there's nothing worse than carrying on with something and hating it and not enjoying it. You need to make sure that you're having fun. Those are my top tips and how it is that I enjoy my sewing experience. I hope they help you, because they have helped me. For more handy tips and demonstrations, make sure you watch us on our Freeview channel 74, Sky channel of 670, otherwise follow us on YouTube on Sewing Street, where you can catch up on past demonstrations and shows. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Hello there, I'm Debbie Shaw and I would love you to join me on the first Monday of every single month for Sewing Street Surgery. Now this is a dedicated hour where I answer your questions, and that could be questions about techniques, it could be questions about tools, it could be questions about new products, or maybe something that you've seen that you just don't understand. There's a lot of questions about tensions on sewing machines, and there's a lot of questions about working with different weights of fabrics. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, the easiest way to bring a question over to us is to go to our Facebook page and post your question on there. I will collate all of those questions throughout the week. If we need any new products for you, or if we need any new demonstrations, those will all be worked on leading up to that first Monday of the month. So do join me, Debbie Shaw, on Sewing Street Surgery on the first Monday.
Hello, welcome back to Sewing Street with me, Vicki Carroll. I'm with you for another 2 hours live. But remember, if you're later on today thinking, oh, I just want to watch a bit more sewing, all of our shows are always on YouTube. So you can watch them back at any time. And there's a few shows actually during this hour that I'm probably going to tell you to go and recap. It's definitely worth watching. As at the moment, obviously, we're unable to get guests into the studio because the sort of space, and we're trying to keep it as minimal as possible. There's just myself and Joe here today, so it's all lonely, but it's lovely to have your company. It really, really is. It's just really lonely. He's like, lonely? What about me? Thanks. No, I tell you what, I must say our team who are working behind the scenes at home as well, and here, I think we've actually all spoken to each other so much more than we ever normally would. We literally, it was so good yesterday. We did like a conference call, but it was on this house party app, you know, the one where you just sort of have a good old chat with your friends. It's a new one that everyone's been getting to I just love social media for that. We're all able to see each other and talk to each other. But it's so funny. Hayley was there with the dog in the background, Poppy in the background. Joe was there. What were you doing yesterday, Joe? Were you doing your jigsaw? He's brought a jigsaw in for me today. I'm so excited to get started with that. So we're all trying to just keep in contact, but also keep a bit busy. I've got loads to talk to you about though this hour. Loads and loads and loads. So, first of all, over 70% of the stock of this is now gone. I say we had quite a few. I think there were over 100. So well done if you've already got it. If you haven't got it, time is now limited. I think I know the reason that so many of you have added this to your baskets. Look at the price. I don't know how, I don't know why. We don't ask questions, just buy it, go for it. £12.99. All of our other panels that have been, similar size. I said to Hayley, hang on, is it the same size? Is it extra wide? And she said, yeah, this is 140 wide. There's no catch. There's nothing different. It's exactly the same as, some of the panels that we've seen. Different print, different colours, still cotton. All that we've done is an extra special early bird saving just to cheer us all up. All these prices, just what we need, keeping us busy. There's oodles of fabric here. I mean, it's going off your screen. You can't even see how much. Look, it's still going, still going, still going. It's 100 by 140. 100 this way, 140 wide, for just £12.99. A beautiful ombre of pinks and greens. Very opulent colours, aren't they? They remind me so much, actually, of the Winterbourne House range, the Liberty collection we were looking at. Very William Morris and Edwardian. I love these regal sort of greens, forest greens. But equally, do you know what? Because we're looking at it in this sort of way, when you cut them up, you could then mix and match these in with so many different colours and it would look completely different. But because you've almost got this, I'm not calling it, it's not like a paisley style, it's got big sort of almost like hydrangeas. There's such beautiful flowers. I'm not sure what that print's called, but it is really regal, isn't it? £12.99. They're 2.5-inch strips. I'm giving you a chance, those of you that missed the early bird at 8 o'clock this morning. You definitely need to set your alarm bright and early to make the most of deals like that. And the early bird, for anyone who doesn't know, is a special deal that we start the show with, making sure everybody can open their order. You're only going to pay 1 P&P then for the rest of the day. But it's a special deal, a really low price. Just to say good morning. Especially days like, wow, we just all need a bit of cheering up at the moment, don't we? So this hopefully has absolutely hit the spot. £12.99 for your panel. Those of you that are asking about the rainbow panel that sold out yesterday, it did sell out yesterday. We're doing our very best, and hopefully, I did read in the newsletter that we're going to be bringing it back tomorrow. So hopefully we've managed to sort more that we can print, we can get some more printed for you for tomorrow's show, which is exciting. But this one, we haven't had any at £12.99. They've all been £19.99, which again, for design roll or a jelly roll is brilliant. You can pay sort of £40, can't you, for jelly rolls? That's so good. You've had a look at the Solan glue pen and refill pack. Oh, is it worth us bringing it at 10 o'clock? I think we need to sort of, yeah. Okay, it's coming up at 10, but if you want it desperately, buy it now, because I don't think at 10 o'clock it will be available. No. Right, so that's the early bird. Just wanted to remind you about that. Now, one thing that I am using more than I ever have before is hand cream. Don't get me wrong. I always use hand cream, being on telly. I do use hand cream every day anyway, but this is a really special hand cream because it's designed with sewers in mind, which I don't know if there's another company out there that does a hand cream like this. This has had so many celebrity endorsements as well. It's really quite new, actually. It's quite new to the market, and for something that is so new, the amount of people that I've seen that use it, if you go on to Karen's, it's Karen. I can't even think of Karen's last name. But Karen, who came in from Seams to see us, she's the inventor of this hand cream. I love when I hear inventors that, they come up with something from a lack of being able to find it themselves. So Karen, she went on a milliner's course in in London to make lovely fancy hats, and she said her hands were in pieces. She went to the teacher at the London School of Fashion and said, do you recommend any hand cream? Is there anything I can use? Because I'm working with different fabrics and all sorts. And they said, we haven't found one. There isn't one. Karen Gerard it is. Karen Gerard. Thank you, Hayley. So Karen came in and she's just amazing. She really is an inspiration. Please watch the show back if you can, because she really goes into depth about how she talks a whole hour about the hand cream, about how she came up with the idea, the different concepts of the smell that she wanted. I use this. Mine's here. In fact, I will show it. I'll show you how much you need, because you don't need. That was it. Thank you, Joe. This is mine from home, and I put it on just before I go to bed. But the great thing about this, and I know the reason that so many people use this, is because it's so quick to absorb. It doesn't leave your hands greasy, which a lot of hand creams do. They sit on the surface of your skin, whereas this completely sort of penetrates into the skin and also is really healing and nourishing. Joe has started using hand cream. I think we all have. We're all washing our hands so much that over the last couple of weeks, under my wedding rings, it's been so painful. It's really sore. So it is important that we look after our hands. They're working hard after all, aren't they, sewing? But if you are working with sort of silk dupion, or if you're working with wedding dresses, or I know that Rachel actually, I wonder whether Rachel has this one, because I know that she works with wedding dresses. This is such a beautiful, quick absorbing, I mean really quick absorbing. It's really not greasy. So for anybody that is, you know, working with fabrics and thinking, I just wouldn't use hand cream, I can't use hand cream, or you're thinking it's going to be slippy. I know our sister channel, Jewellery Maker, when Karen was here, there were wire workers that were like, I need that hand cream. I need that hand cream. I think her name's Bryony. She's Claire, you'll know this. Bryony, is her name Bryony? She was on Dancing on Ice. She was one of the celebrities. Ice dancers, they're in the cold all the time. There was lots of famous ice skaters that use this cream. It's brilliant. So let me show you the side of the I don't know whether you can see that close, but on the side of, yeah, that might be better actually. If I show you from here, then you can see what ingredients are in there and the benefits of them. So to moisturise, you've got the list. I mean, there's so many ingredients here. The price is just brilliant to say that how much has gone into it. All natural ingredients. It softens and restores. It nourishes and it's beautiful and smooth. That's the shea butter. You've got a hydrating cream that also and enhance the skin barrier. That's brilliant. So that's your Pro Vitamin B5. It'll even your skin tone, strengthen your nails. I was talking about this to Hayley actually yesterday. So, right. Obviously, nail salons aren't open at the moment. And I don't know whether you remember, 3 weeks ago, just before I went on, I went to America. I went to Vegas for my husband's 30th. And I went and treated myself and had false nails put on at the nail salon. And then we've obviously all had to stay inside and these nails have started annoying me. So I've started picking them off. And I know that is exactly what the nail technician told me, exactly what not to do. Soak them off. And she told me how to do it. And I found myself sitting watching the telly, picking them and picking them and picking them. So my nails are just brittle. And this cream, in the 3 weeks that I've been daily routine doing it, I've been putting on cuticle oil and nail cream. My nails are coming back already, which is amazing. So I know that this will help and strengthen your nails. And the scent of the Fregonia oil is beautiful. Now you're thinking, what's a Fregonia oil? Is a Fregonia a plant, a flower? It's so beautiful. It's designed to help. It can help. I'm not going to say, oh, it will, you know, they're designed to help with. I can't say that it will do that. But try it out, because the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? We want to have all of your feedback. Let us know what you think of it, because we absolutely love it here. We've got it up in the office and it's really, really beautiful. But the smell, it's not overpowering. There's quite a few florally hand creams that I've got that I've been gifted, and I think, oh, it's such an overpowering smell that irritates my nose and makes me sneeze. Whereas this is just quite a clean smell that actually then disappears, because that's another important part that Karen said. She didn't want that smell transferring onto fabric. So it's a lovely smell instantly when you put it on, but then it isn't a lasting smell. So that's mine. I need to make sure I put that back in my bag before I forget. But watch Karen's show back. Hayley, I'm not sure whether you can find out what date it was on YouTube, because as I say, she spoke about this for a whole hour, talks through all the ingredients, everything's there on the box if you want to have a look on the website. And it will last you ages, as you only need a little pea size. You only need a very small amount, you really don't need much. Okay. The latest addition to the Seams collection is Cuticle oil. In fact, I just mentioned, this isn't one that I've actually got. So I've got one that I already had at home, but this is one that I'd love to try. Sorry. £21.99, and it's a really big, I don't know whether I can open this. I'm going to do it. It was the 22nd of February, if you want to watch it back on YouTube, if you want to meet Karen, who's the inventor. She does everything, even down to designing the bottles. At 9 a.m, you can watch her back, and she talks about both the hand cream and the hand and nail cuticle oil. She actually says, though, this doesn't stop at just your nails. If you have extra dry, you know, elbows, knees. Was it you, Hayley, actually, that told me that you put it on your legs? She says on a holiday she was putting the oil on your legs, and it's actually for your whole body. Even though it is designed as a cuticle oil, it's got just the most, I mean, you only need literally a dab. You don't even need to drop that. You could just dab that onto your, you would do it before you do your hand cream ideally, onto your cuticles and massage it in. You only need a tiny bit, so that is really going to last. And again, it's really quick absorbing cuticle oil, but I'd do it at night. It's nice to give yourself a little bit of treat, a little bit of a hand massage at night. We've all got hard-working hands, haven't we? So it's good to just, if you ever suffer with quite dry cuticles, it's also lovely for your nails, nice and nourishing for your nails. So that's £21.99. And once again, you can watch Karen back talking all about the hand and nail cuticle oil and cream. Holiday smooth legs, Hayley says. Brilliant for holiday smooth legs. That's a good idea. Really good idea. Okay. So, the 570. 570. Since I mentioned this in the last hour, I briefly mentioned it. We've already had somebody else that said, yeah, I'm going to make the most of that. And I'm really not surprised. I'm absolutely not here to tell you to, you know, spend a fortune, go and buy the most expensive machine. I'm really not. But I know a lot of people who are thinking of upgrading their machine. A lot of people are getting into sewing. I'm seeing it more and more, not just on our channel, everywhere. I was saying I was watching... I keep thinking that it was Good Morning Britain. I think it was, but Lorraine was there. That's what was confusing me. But it was Mel and Sue was on, and she was talking about how she was doing quilting. She'd gotten into quilting. In fact, it was EPP, because she was saying that she was folding fabric around paper. I was like, oh, you're not quilting, you do... Well, you are quilting, but you do an EPP. But I know a lot of people are getting into sewing. A lot of people are maybe have inherited a machine, or have got one in the loft or the garage that they're dusting off and thinking, right, I'm going to get that out and I'm going to make those cushions that I've wanted to make, or I'm going to have a go at the pattern, the dressmaking pattern, or I've got an overlocker, I'm going to do it. What I love about this machine is, one, the price. The price is brilliant. Now, when I was going through the website, a lot of our machines are over £1,000. If you haven't got the budget to spend over £1,000 on a machine, this is the one I'd recommend. I wouldn't go for the 550 or 560. We do have those on the website as well. But with the deal right now, for the very last 10 that we have, well, less than 10 now, because we've already had some sale today. I know that we had 10 available this morning, but they're already going. We've got 10 available with an amazing price and a really special bundle. Once those 10 have gone, we can't offer you with the free, we can't offer you the same price with the extras. So do make the most of it. It's a brilliant price machine anyway, and I'll still come on and talk about the 570 with confidence that you are getting a really robust, compact machine that packs a punch. This is the one that I've absolutely got my eye on. The reason being, don't get me wrong, I'd love the 680. I don't have the space for it. I sew on my dining room table, which isn't a big dining room table. It seats 4. And I sew in my kitchen. I haven't got tons of storage. I'm trying my best to please my husband. We're not even a year married yet, so I've got to make sure that I don't completely take over with all my sewing bits. But he knows I love it. I do really love it. Love to get everything out. I have a bit of a sort through and make something, create something. But this is great that you can then pack it away. It's really, well, it's ever so lightweight. It's really nice and lightweight, but it's still not going to jump and wobble all over your table. It does everything that you're going to want it to do. It stitches beautifully because it's Elna. That's one thing that I know, and Debbie Shaw will have told you this before already. Her top tips of buying a sewing machine, first of all, go with a reputable brand. Yes, you can buy machines more affordably, but is it going to have the warranty? Are you going to be able to pick up the phone and speak to somebody in the UK and help troubleshoot it? This is a reputable brand that's actually been going since 1940. It's not a new sewing machine brand. They come under the same umbrella as Janome, and we're so lucky that we have the relationship with Jane and with the rest of the Elna team to be able to bring you deals like this. What I personally love about this machine is how quick and easy it is to get going, to get sewing. Plug it in, literally plug it into your mains. You've got an option of using your foot pedal. I've got into the habit now of just using the start-stop button. You can use either. You can't use them together. You would need to use either your foot pedal, or if you do just want to use a start-stop button, then unplug your pedal and use that and use your pedal. It's also got knee lift, it's got an extension table, it's got all of the feet that you're going to need. It's not something you're going to outgrow very quickly, but it's still going to achieve everything that you want it to achieve. So if you're a bag maker, a dressmaker, if you're a bag maker and a dressmaker, it's got a free arm. So you can do your tubular sleeves, trouser legs, you're going to be able to do bags, toys. This is really handy for toy making as well. You've got some nice storage in there to keep all of your bits and bobs and your feet. It's got a nice little clear case on your bobbin so you can see when that's running low. Your spool is nice and horizontal, so there you go. It's nice again and compact and streamlined. Really easy, as you always do normally, easy threading system with an automatic needle threader. So that holds down, it pushes the thread through, which means that you're threading your machine in seconds and you can get sewing. The difference, the reason that I said I wouldn't buy the 550 or 560. The one I've got my eye on is this, is because the 550, don't get me wrong, it's got 50 stitches, a lot of stitches. It's got a lot of the different features and functions that you can see here. But the 560's got 100 stitches. This one has got 380 stitches. So if you're thinking of one that you're going to sort of keep growing with, there's so much to keep you going with this one. It's got all of your basic utility stitches. It's got, you know, your lightning stitches. If you're dressmakers, it's also got 10 different buttonholes. It's got an array of applique stitches and satin stitches. It's got lovely decorative stitches on there as well. You can see this one's categorised into mode 1, up to 99 stitches. There's a little 1 on the end of the flash card. Number 2. Again, lots of lovely satin stitches here, which you can actually elongate. So this has a 7mm stitch width. I'll have to triple check that, but I believe it's 7mm. So you can do up to sort of 7mm, whether you're doing all of your satin stitches or your pictorial. You can also mirror image some of these, which I'll show you in. Oh, am I getting confused? Let me see what you can do. So no, these ones, you've got all of the different pictorial stitches, which I'll show you again how to do. You've got your locking stitch to end your sequence, because this machine also has a memory of up to 20 different stitches. So you can do 20 stitches. Yeah, it is a 7mm stitch width. And then, so this is the bit that has been the game changer for me. I know this machine, and I know that a lot of people know this machine. I've got a very, very good friend who has messaged me a few times over the last few days saying, the 570 doesn't have an alphabet. Where is it? It's not on the machine. It's not on the flashcards. Where is it? You get a manual, which is brilliant. Please, please do not throw this away, because it is so user-friendly and talks to you like a human being. Manuals I hate looking at manuals. I do. I'm the worst person to tell you to look at a manual because I don't. This one is brilliant. Yesterday I got this out and I worked out how to lift the feed dogs because I don't know whether you remember yesterday I got home and it had the darning foot on. Really quick and easy using the little screwdriver to just take the embroidery foot off and lift your feed dogs and you just start sewing. If the feed dogs don't look like they're lifting, just start sewing and they'll lift. The back of that was my little problem yesterday. One of my problems. So this is your alphabet. You've got two different alphabets, mode A and mode A with a little asterisk. So that gives you, that gives you the little accent, doesn't it, on your letters as well. But this is the one that I've been looking at. So to get to it, all that you do, I'm going to talk you through the screen now. So all you do is select, I'll press cancel because I was, what am I doing? I was messing around with it earlier. They're all in 0, so all in 10s, so you can really easily find which stitch you want. And the reason I'd go with a computerised machine is because can you see that your needle is moving? So if you're looking at a digital machine or computerised machines are brilliant because if you think an old-fashioned machine, they would only have a dial that had enough stitches to fit on the dial, basically. This is really clever, but also very simple, that it automatically defaults to whatever stitch width and what stitch length you need. It'll also tell you what foot you need. So at the moment, I'm on mode 2. So I'm picking out all of these different pictorial stitches at the moment. Number 70, it's going to do this fancy one. So it's telling me that I'm going to need the foot which has got an F on it, which is actually the one that I've got on here. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to show you how to take the feet off because it's really simple. I've got a stop warning, by the way. I started this morning with 10 of these. We've got 5 left. And then once these have gone, you can't get the extras of a free motion foot, a walking foot, and the fabric. There's a little, I think everybody's been thinking about it, like me. I'm the same as well. There's a little button on the back. It is, I think, going to be the last day that we can offer it. Once you press that, that will release the foot. And on the feet, can you see that it's got, I've probably picked the worst one to show you, it's got an F on it. It's got a really clear F. There you go. Oh, that's probably easier. So you can see all of your feet are all, I was going to say numbered. They've all got letters on them. I have got a slide actually that will tell you all of the different accessories that come as standard. So this is just one of the feet that comes with it. But because it's got the decorative stitches, that's your satin stitch foot. But it will tell you, it won't let you do anything that you're not supposed to do. It will tell you on your screen very, very clearly which mode you need to be in, as you can see there, mode 1. Oh no, sorry, Joe. This is one thing that we said yesterday. I'll go in an order so you don't need to. And here I am going, oh, you can do this and you can do this. I get too excited. So mode 1, you can see is on your screen. There's a little light on it. Mode 2 is these two. And then you press mode again to go to your alphabet. And it will tell you what foot you need. Again, if you're doing your alphabet, you need your satin stitch foot on. But let's just go back to mode 1. If you press cancel, I tend to be a bit sort of button happy, pressing all these buttons, and then I go, what on earth have I done? I'm doing something in, a different language and I don't know what I'm doing. Hold the C and that will take you back to basics. That will take you back to your normal stitch, which again is already defaulted to 3.5 and 2.4 length. It has a memory. It has a memory. So if you're putting together a combination of stitches, maybe your patterns, earlier on I just did, where's my little, or a name maybe, I've been making little quilt labels. Look, there's your spool and your scissors and your bow. It literally took seconds to be able to do that by simply selecting which one you want, pressing the number and then memory, and it will save as number 1, and then going to another number. I'm just doing this really randomly and pressing another number. You can do that up to 20. Oh, and then I want to change mode because I want to put a star in there or alphabet. So you do need to refer to your book when you're looking at your alphabet. That's the only time you'll need to get your manual out to see what numbers they are. But But it really is as simple as that. You've also got the memory to cut your scissors, to cut your thread. At the end of your sequence, it can also do a lock-in stitch at the end. So you only want to do that sequence once. It's number 90. I already know it's 99. There it is, 99. Lock-in stitch right at the end. Remember to do that at the end of the sequence, and the machine will stop. And then you can also make sure that it cuts your thread. You've got stitches on the front here, which are your sort of your most used stitches, I would say. Your straight stitch, you've got your zigzag stitch there, so you can just click them as quick, easy access buttons to go to your straight stitch, your zigzag. You've got like a decorative, almost like is it like an over edge stitch? It's lovely, like finishing your edges. And you've also got a buttonhole there, ready to go. Also, the key buttons at the top here, like with your 680 plus, you've got your lock-in stitch. You've got your needle up down, which is brilliant if you're pivoting, if you're doing really intricate seams. If you want to stop a position with your needle down, then it is going to be brilliant. You can set your machine though to remember to do that. Whenever you stop, it will stop with your needle down, and then you just press that one to lift it up. You've got your snips. Oh, see, that is really good. That will save a lot of thread indeed. Your reverse, your stop-start, as I said, and a really lovely bright light. It's just an all-round great machine. It's really robust, but compact. If you're after maybe a second machine, I know somebody got in touch with Debbie last week and said, right, I'm after one, I've got a caravan. I don't want to be lugging my main sewing machine there. Is this going to be suitable? I don't want something that I'm going to grow out of though. Am I still going to be able to achieve everything that I can achieve, on my bigger machine? It's brilliant. It's brilliant, but you can put it away. So this is a fantastic machine. But today, just to remind you, for the last 5, did you say, we're also offering it with, this is the crazy part, and I will be happy to stand and talk about this machine at £569 any day of the week, because it's brilliant value for money. Comes with a 2-year warranty. But today you're also going to get some fabric to get sewing with. Fabric to get sewing with for free, just thrown in there. And you're also going to get a free motion embroidery foot or a darning foot. So if you're doing any mending, if you watched Jenny McCreary's when we did the first ever pre-records for the show, then you saw her doing some mending, and it would have been using a foot like this. So this is your free motion embroidery foot. This one you will need to get. Now if you're thinking mine hasn't come with a little screwdriver, it has. It looks like this. Where have I put it? Let me tip my bits out. There we go. It'll look like that. So that one's for your stitch, to lift your stitch plate, to change your needle, and also to change your foot. You won't ever need to do that unless you're using this one, which is your P. This is your free motion embroidery, or your other freebie, which is your walking foot. Now they're £50 alone. If you want to buy that, which, you know what, if you bought this machine and when this deal is over, if we bring this back, I will still recommend everybody to buy one of these, especially if you're a quilter, bag maker. If you're going through layers, it is a real lifesaver, actually. It really does help. And that also comes with the little stitch guide as well. You could use, you can keep it on your machine, but it is going to help with any bulky fabrics. It is brilliant how that works. So that's your walking foot. The reason that I just wanted to go over that again today is because, I mean, you get a plethora of feet anyway. Your zipper foot, your satin stitch foot, your blind hem foot, you get an over edge foot, you get spare needles, you get an extra spool if you want to do twin needling. There's so much that you get, a buttonhole foot as well. So there's loads that you get in there, but it's all about those extras. For the last 5, you're getting £81 worth of extras. Have a serious think about it. I'm not here to rush you by any means. I understand it's a bit of a funny time that we're all in, isn't it? But if you are thinking, right, I'm going to do it, I'm going to get sewing. It's exciting, isn't it? I just love the fact that you're not going to have to sit and go through manuals and manuals to get going with this one. It's really self-explanatory. Just go for it, enjoy. But then there is a really lovely instruction book as well. Okay. I am going to move on, but let me know if there's anything else that you want to know about it. I can show you how to do anything with this one. Do let me know. Okay. Right, we're going to move on to a really cool tool. This is called, where's my bits and bobs? I put them under here. This is your crafty products. Now, I haven't got anywhere enough time to show you how much this can do. It's a brilliant, brilliant magic tool. Whenever I sort of think of Noel from Crafty Products, I always just think of him as like the magician. He's just so, when he comes on and he does all of the applique bits and the cutting out, it just looks magic. It was the 27th of February. Watch the show back at 9 a.m. The way you can do that is on YouTube. So type in Sewing Street and the date, the 27th of February. The first hour it'll have been. The first hour in, you can watch Noel here talking about this product in depth. I'm not going to have enough time to do the whole sort of demonstration, but I'll talk you through. So in your kit, which is, how much is the whole kit? It's great value, isn't it, to be able to say that you get your tool. There it is, £29.96, and that is going to last you a long time. All that you need to add to that is a cutting mat, which you will need to make sticky. So we've got some really affordable cutting mats coming up in a minute as well, actually. So I'd make the most of purchasing maybe the Olfa cutting mat like I have here. So in your kit, you're going to get everything you need to do some really cool fussy cutting. We talk about fussy cutting a lot, and it was a term that I thought, I have no idea what everyone's talking about, fussy cutting. What does this mean when I first started? It means taking a section of fabric that you desire, cutting it out. That's basically it, just choosing a section of your fabric and cutting it out. The problem is if you're using scissors, I don't know that you've tried to cut out something quite intricate with scissors and you get little snips. It's never quite the same and it takes a long time. Another way of cutting out is obviously with a rotary blade. You always want to be sort of cutting away from you and just cutting it in strips. You can cut curves. We've got a circle cutter coming up as well. But this, it sort of works like a pen. It works like a pen, but it has got a very sharp blade on the end. So I've put this in. It's really easy to just put in. They're really easy to take out as well. I just grip it with a pair of pliers and pull to change your blade, because you're only going to need the one tool. And I know that Crafty Products are actually bringing out lots of different blades for felt as well, and leather. You're going to be able to cut all sorts with these. If you do paper crafts in your kit, you also get the white one, which is your fabric cut, which is ideal for your paper crafts. So that one, again, goes into the same tool. It rotates and pivots in exactly the same way as this one, and you can do some really cool paper crafts with that. But talking about fabric, so this is your ceramic blade. Now, I'm just going to touch this, but the reason that I can touch it is because it's a really specialised blade. The way that it sort of works means that I wouldn't do that at home. It won't cut you, but it will cut you if you're not careful. I'm just doing this really slightly so you can see how it pivots and it rotates and it's slightly sort of angled. And it is designed to cut out. I've taken a panel from the EPP show that we've got coming up. It's in a bundle, but this was the panel, the lighthouse panel. I mean, you could do all sorts. You can do some really intricate ones. I'll just do this really quick. So there's your panel, and then you can start making maybe your own fabric if you've got, I'm just going to pick the purple. It's probably the worst one to go with my blues, but we'll see how it goes. And then you can start appliquing and making your own pictures. So you can start making your own pictures and putting together flowers, hexes. You can cut all sorts with them. So all you need to do is use your sticky mat adhesive, which comes with it. You're going to be able to use this for many mats. It doesn't need to be applied every single time that you use the product. It is going to be something that you can, it does stay sticky. It stays sticky for quite some time. We haven't re-stickied this since, well, February, and I know that it's been used, and it is, don't get me wrong, I probably need to give this a bit of a wipe with a baby wipe to get all the lint off, because it's been transported here, there and everywhere. But it is still sticky. I know a lot of people use this. I saw on the Facebook fan page last night, or on the main official Facebook page, actually. A lot of people saying that this is the best sticky mat adhesive out there. So please do try it out. There's lots of different uses for it, but that does come with the kit. So you'll need to, just with a sponge or a cloth, just give your mat a couple of coats. If it's a new mat, just give it a couple of coats of that, and that will hold the fabric to your mat. You're then going to need this, which is your stabiliser. So like a Bonder web, but do you know what? This goes a long way. This goes a really, really long way. I used way too much of this yesterday. I don't know whether I should show you, but maybe I should. For anybody that's thinking, right, how much do I put on? This is too much. This is too much because it fades almost like sort of through your fabric. Can you see how I've started to get darker patches through? It's sort of blobbed through because I didn't scatter it sort of evenly or clear or finely enough. You don't need much. You don't need much. So you sprinkle it over onto your fabric. I'd put something on your ironing board because I did get a bit too happy, as you can see. Woo! Get it all over my ironing board. Put your iron down. Oh, it's all on my iron. And then you start ironing your clothes with it. So not best. So do put something to protect your ironing board. Put your adhesive on. I know there's so many different ways of using the stabiliser, but you're going to be able to stabilise a lot of fabric just with this one tube. There's a little sprinkler side, another tip. Has anyone ever done this at home? With your herbs and spices. So there is a pouring one and there's a sprinkle one. Go with the sprinkle one. Go with the sprinkle one. Sprinkle it onto your fabric and then you just need to use either brown paper or, you know, just very, very regular photocopy paper. This was just ones that I got in my scraps, obviously. And iron it on. Give it a really good press. You want to make sure that it's really, really stuck. And then you stick it down. Now, because this is slightly... this isn't as sticky as it was before. It's a bit harder to do. But I just want to show you how it works. So when you cut through your fabric and your paper, I think I'd already done that side when I was having a practice earlier. Don't get me wrong, it needs a bit of practice. And I'm doing a straight line here, but it enables you, can you see how it's pivoting round? It enables you to cut really cleanly and really quickly into the fabric. So you can fussy cut. I mean, I'm doing hexes here, which isn't the best one because it was just the panel that we had here in the studio last night. But I say last night, yesterday morning. I feel like I've been sewing for 48 hours, cutting out, just been playing. It's been so much fun. And just with one swift movement, you'll be able to cut out your hexes. So if you do find that it hasn't quite cut through, then just go back over it. Take your time. Do it slower than I am here. Don't do it on telly. I'm really throwing myself in the deep end here. I had a lovely time playing with this at home. And it's not going to work on telly, is it? There you go. So you can cut out, and then you'll just take your paper off, which does just, and it won't leave any residue on your, it's not going to ruin your fabric at all. Now, because I haven't got any nails, I'm going to struggle to peel this off. But peel your paper off and then you've got your fabric there to start doing some applique. You can do some really intricate, when you get good at this, oh my word, and it won't take long, it's just like anything, a new tool, a little bit of practice, hold it like a pen and don't think too much about it. I think I was overthinking it, but you can literally just do it like a pen and cut out some beautiful intricate patterns to be able to do some great applique. Have fun with it, have fun. So I'm thinking for children as well, you could do the cutting obviously, but then they can start playing around and putting together their own collages. And we've got the frozen fabric coming up later. I think it would be ideal for that. Or some of the cat fabrics that we've got. I think I did cut out some cats last time, didn't I? Cutting out the cats. They're nice shapes. Start with something easy like that. Don't start thinking, right, I'm going to cut out these miniature little flowers or something intricate, because you might put yourself off. But have a go, just doing something simple, like I've done the lighthouse, and start doing some great applique. So just to recap again, what you're getting, I've taken the nib out of the packet, but it looks like that. The gyro cut for fabric is the one that I'm using. You then also will get your white nib, which is for paper. You get your instructions, you get your nice reusable packaging where you can keep your tool in the one and your blades in the other. You're going to also get your adhesive and your sticky mat, your stabiliser and your sticky mat adhesive, all for £29.96. Trust me, don't take my word for it. Have a watch back of Noel's show and get it home. It is addictive. You'll start looking around like, oh, what else can I fussy cut? What else can I fussy cut? But it does make it a lot easier. Okay, some of them are available individually on the web as well. So if you just need more stabiliser or if you just need more sticky mat adhesive, then check out the web, as I know a lot of people have been using this over the last few months. So if you do need to stock up, then they're all available underneath this as well. One thing we do need is a cutting mat. Now, you will need a cutting mat. Don't try and do this on a, I don't know, on a chopping board or on the surface. You do need a cutting mat. And it will need to be one that you use solely, I would, for just your gyro cut. So, to make it as least costly as possible, we found a brilliant price on this one, which is the one that I made sticky. This one. There we go. I don't know why I've just done that when I could have just said this one. But this is a nice new clean one. £12.99, your Ulfa self-healing cutting mat. And all you need to do, as I say, give it a bit of a wash down with a baby wipe. You don't need to have any sort of specialist cleaners, just a baby wipe will get rid of all the lint, as it probably will, as it gets sticky, start to get a little bit dirty. But you can just re-wipe it, leave it to dry, and it will, again, have that stickiness for months. I know Noel was saying. It depends how much you use it, but it will just last. When you'll start to feel it when it's not sticking there. £12.99. So those of you that are starting out crafting, maybe you're getting somebody into crafting, we always say go with the largest cutting mat that your space will allow. So if you are thinking of doing big quilts, you probably will need a bigger one. But this is going to be great for the smaller blocks, as it does have some of your sort of key measurements. It's got your 2.5 inch strip, your 1 inch strip as well. It's in Imperial. And it's also in metric as well, so you've got your centimetres and inches on both sides, double-sided, and it's self-healing. £12.99. It's a brilliant price, isn't it? It's the most affordable cutting mat that we sell. Less than £13. Brilliant idea to get one of those with your crafty product. If you don't want the pink, we have also got a lovely turquoisey blue, aqua blue. So, your lovely blue is just £12.99. It's 17 by 11 inches. Once again, it is double-sided. Whether you work in metric or imperial, it is double-sided. And it's from Ulfa. So those of you that use our rotary cutter or Ulfa cutter, then you know they are a very reputable brand. Brand you can trust. But let's face it, if you're starting a new hobby, I read this on the Facebook page, and I'm really pleased that you said that because it just took me back and reminded me of when I started. Somebody said, what is essential and what do I need and what is a gadget? You will need a cutting mat. You will need a cutting mat. You do need a ruler and you do need a rotary cutter if you're cutting fabric. Just £12.99 for your Ulfa cutting mat. Oh, hang on, price is wrong. Well, I've just had a call in from the management. Price is wrong. There you go. You will pay £7.99 for both colours. Yeah, there you go. The pink or the blue, £7.99. Brilliant. Oh, yeah, because of we don't have graphics to change here now. Don't worry, the customer service team are aware of it. Also on the web, it's fine. You won't pay £12.99. Brilliant, even better, £7.99. I was saying £12.99 is the most affordable cutting mat we do. So definitely worth getting a second cutting mat, I think, maybe for your workshops. If you're going off to craft, well, when we can go back to all of our workshops, it's nice to be able to have your bag ready to go without having to take your own cutting mat. But ideal for the crafty products, that's what we thought we'd bring it in for. On the website, I believe it's the correct price. Right, that is amazing. Right, you've got an update, did you say, on the machines? There's 3 left. There's only 3 left. Honestly, I absolutely love it. It's a really, really compact machine, but packs a punch, which I love. It's going to do everything that you want it to, and it's great that it's like with the 680 and the higher sort of spec machines, the machines that are normally over £1,000. When I asked John Scott actually what he loved about the 680, the things that he loved were things like the fact that it's got the snips. This has got the snips. The fact that you can hold the needle down and do the pivoting position. So you've got that on here. You've got your locking stitch, so you don't need to go forward and back. That was another reason that he loved it. So it depends on what sort of level of your journey you're on. If you're at a point where you want to upgrade a machine, or you're buying your first machine, but you know that you want to do it and you're going to be sewing quite a bit, then the value for money in this, for the last, how many, 3? There's only 3 more people that are going to be able to take advantage of the offer. Because this is £569, and today, and I'm going to say today because I think this will all be gone after today, we've also got the walking foot, the embroidery foot, the free motion embroidery foot, and some fabric as well to go with it. So fabric as well to start playing along, and lovely springtime colours. I must say, if you are using your free motion foot, it also does come as standard with an extension table. So you can get doing your ruler work, and you can get doing all of your free motion, which is exciting. I'd just keep that on anyway, just to... It relieves pressure off your needle bed if you've got something behind it, your fabric behind it. So if you're quilting, if you are doing a larger quilt, that's really going to help. Or dressmaking, it's going to help to have that extra bed space, isn't it? And it also has the hard case, which is over there, but it's a really nice big hard case. So if you are like me and don't have a dedicated sewing room, I can't wait to the day that I have my own she shed or creative room. So yesterday, as I said, I was doing all the sewing in the kitchen, and my mother-in-law said, "Kieran, you need to get Vic a creative room." And he says, "She's got that, the spare room," and she was like, and she's filled that with the piano. I got the piano out the other day because I thought, right, all this time, I'm going to relearn the piano. I kind of know how to do it. And so I've got my microphone set up, my piano set up, all of this. So he says, she's already taken over the spare room with all the music things. This is the hard case. So your hard cover's going to keep it nice and lint-free, which I like having a nice sturdy case, you know. Save it getting bashed about, especially if you're on the move with it. So I know a lot of people purchase this to go to their holiday home, or off to a caravan, or off to a workshop, and you want to take your own machine. I know a lot of classes near where I live now are very popular. They get to know your machine. So these are nice machines you can take. Okay. So let me know though. Please let me know. Don't sit and think, oh, I wonder if it does this, or I wonder what that means. Let me know. It's an interactive show. Message in on the Facebook page if you've got any questions. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find out for you. I will find out for you. It's got a 2-year warranty. There's Elna have a UK customer service team. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you about it, but let me know. Let me know if there's anything you want to know. So there's the Facebook page. It's Sewing Street TV. Both Haleys are keeping an eye on that right now. So if it does come through, then I should be able to answer it before we go off air. So the Michael Miller cat fabric. Right, so we've got a bundle. We've got the panel that also comes with 1.5 metre, 2.5 metres. 2.5 metres, your cats, which this is our favourite one, wasn't it? Cats. This is so cute. Look at their faces. Oh, they're just gorgeous. I love the blue one. £19.49. So you get 1/2 metre of your feline friends, Michael Miller, and then you also have the one with the balls of wool. With your prrr. This would be nice as a little cat bed. Do you have a cat cushion? Do you have any real pampered pets that have their own cushion or have their own chair even? Am I allowed to say, because Joe's got, no, I shouldn't really say because it's a gift for somebody, isn't it? Sorry, just in case, I'm not going to say. But in the Handmade Touch book that's behind me, there's a whole section for pets. There's a whole section of projects that you can make for your pets. So this would be perfect for that. I like that because actually you might find the old pattern here or there. Like I think we've had a cat bed, or we've had some Quilt As You Go. Well, at Sewing Quarter, we had the Quilt As You Go, June Taylor placemats. But this one, do you know what? That's a really good book if you like doing projects for your pampered pooches and cats. Go on, we've got an update. 2 machines left. Okay. So if you've got it in your basket, the reason I just want to keep saying it is because there's a lot of people who've got them in the basket, and I don't want you to miss out. So if you are seriously thinking about it, I wouldn't hesitate on that. That is brilliant. Okay, your panel as well is included. This is brilliant with your gyro cut, with your crafty product. This is going to be fantastic to do some fussy cutting in applique, isn't it? Has Marge got her own poof? She's got her own cushion. Marge is a French Bulldog, a very, very pampered pooch that lives with our lovely Hayley, Bryant, who's the head of marketing. So she's just sent Joe a picture of Marge right now on her poof, on her very own, lounging in the sun. Oh, is it sunny today? Looks like it's sunny. Looks like it's sunny today. I love this one, look, with his little... Look! £19.49. Have we got any of them by the half metre? Yeah, we do. Do we have the panel on its own? These would be such lovely, even like greetings cards. You could send somebody like a little wall hanging or, have it and do some embellishing on it and personalise it. Send it in the post. Somebody that loves cats. I don't think we've got the panel actually, have we? Hayley, Joe, no, I was going to say Joe can't see it. Okay, we haven't got the panel. No panels. And I don't think we've got one of these either, if I remember from our meeting yesterday. There was no kitty corner, was there? So there's only strung out individually. The only way, well, the best way getting it, if you want it in, if you want to get those ones as well, get the bundle. But if you are thinking, what about dressmaking? Because from there, that doesn't scream novelty cats, does it? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't scream the other ones are really fun. I love them, they're really fun. But this is quite just a little nod to our feline friends. Kitty, purr, hello. The balls of wool, I love that. What about doing your own knitting case? You're knitting like a knitting bag with it. £5.99 a half metre. That is the only one that we have that you can buy by the half metre, and it's also limited. So remember, it comes by the half metre. It's going to be cut off the bolt for you. £5.99 looks like that. So there's loads that you're going to be able to make with this. In fact, with the handmade touch book, which when are we going to do that? Not sure. We're going to do it in the last hour, or should I show it now? I'll quickly show it now. I'll quickly show it now. We haven't got very much time, but I just want to show you the pet section of the back. Look, so this would be perfect for that. Little cat collars or dog collars, little fish. Oh, little teepee. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? I've never seen a pet teepee. Gosh, that Marge needs a pet teepee, Hayley. And then your templates, but there's so much in here. Handmade Touch, this is the first time I've seen this book, and it's really, really beautiful. Takes you through all of the different fabrics that you're going to need, the different techniques that you may use, and then also lots of different projects to get started. Inserting zips, clutch bags. Oh, we haven't done the snaps either. We could do that. Can we do that in the next hour? Because I love the snaps. I've placemats, boxy floor cushion, duvets, red and white quilt. That's lovely and traditional as well. Your craft space, so that's good. These are all nice little gifts for people. Wall pocket, pyramid pin cushion, on the go project bag. So that's lovely. Another things that are going to be very, very useful. Soft storage bucket, that would be nice in your strung out fabric. And then for your pet, so there's lots of projects, 20 simple projects for £14.99. Just wanted to show that one, as I thought that goes perfectly with your cat fabric. Yeah, right, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a break, and we're going to, if I can if I can bring anything back, then I will. We've got an EPP show with some really, really gorgeous panels. If you missed the show, it was with Debbie, wasn't it? It was with Debbie over the weekend, and Sally Ann. If you missed it, then here's a bit of a recap. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to be back with you right on the other side of this.
Hi, I'm John Cole Morgan, and I'm here to show you what we need to get ready for our sew along on the 18th of April. You're going to see a hyperlapse video of me doing really, really quick work on how to make this wonderful quilt to get you ready if you'd like to sew along with us and what you need to do. So the first thing you're going to do, either using a pair of scissors or a rotary cutter, whichever you feel more comfortable with, you're going to separate all 48 of your different strips, being the sunrise, sunset, the azure and the berry. Break those all up and keep them in order from dark to light in each colorway. In the way that I did the quilt for the show, I had dark berry to light berry, and then I decided to go light blue to dark blue, and then the dark sunset to the light sunset. So now you would have taken your design rolls and you would have cut them all into these amazing strips that go from light to dark. I piled them up in half, going from light to dark as I cut them off the roll. So I have the berry one, no, this is the sunset one. I have the azure, and I have the berry one. That's the sunset, the azure, and the berry one. So what I'm doing now is I've decided that these ones are quite close together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these ones from light to dark, but I'm going to turn these round and do dark to light. So what I'm going to do is take one from that pile, one from that pile, one from that pile, then one from that pile, one from that pile, one from that pile, and just go in order and sew them all together. So these are, when I say sew them together, these are going to be the short ends here. So that will be sewn together to one of these. This will be sewn to one of those will be one of on the short end. Once you've separated your blocks and you've decided that you're going to now stitch these all together, you're going to take the short ends of your strips and you're going to sew those together. The way I decided to do it was I went from orange, blue, berry, and I kept that order going. So you had a dark orange, light blue, dark berry, and decreasing all the way around until you had a light orange, dark blue, light berry. Once you've now sewn your short ends together and you have a 1700 odd inch piece of fabric, you're going to take one side and you're going to cut 20 to 30 inches off one side of this fabric long strip. Reason being is that if you don't, you're not going to have any movement of the fabric throughout the quilt, and it will just be the same as sewing the whole grid together, and that isn't going to be what we need. Once you've done that, you're going to take the two raw edges of your fabric, which aren't sewn together, put them right sides together, and you're going to sew along one side of the fabric. So after you've done all of that, you're going to come to the end, and there will always be a kink, a curve, a wobble. Don't worry. Literally fold in half as close as you can get it to half and cut it. I know everybody just freaked out a little bit, but I promise you it doesn't matter, because what you're going to do now is you're going to sew this off to get to the very end. You just fold those to the edge there and you sew to the end. At this point, you're now going to take your rotary cutter and your ruler, and you're going to square the edge of your pieces off. This is how far you'll need to get to be able to join me in the sew along and sew along with me on the 18th at about 9:30. So please, any questions, drop me a line on social media, and thank you so much for your time. Look forward to seeing you on the 18th.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand, because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick unpick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
It's just gone so quick again, hasn't it? Welcome back to Sewing Street. It's lovely to have your company. I hope everybody's keeping safe, keeping well. We're sending all of our love from here, by the way. Me and Joe are here. Joe's in the gallery to the side of me, and it's just the two of us here. It's ever so strange. It is ever so strange, but I've been inside, not leaving my house for the last 3 weeks. So it's so lovely to be back with you the last couple of days. And I am back again tomorrow. I've been busy having a go with some creative grids. So, which, I mean, they're brilliant. I love creative grids. And for somebody that is awful at maths and really new at quilting as well, only been doing this for the last few years. So I really recommend for anybody who is new to it to watch my show tomorrow, and I'll show you how easy they are to use and how helpful they are as well. So yeah, that's tomorrow. This hour, all right, I'm going to do an apology to Hayley at home from producer Hannah because, well, actually, I say from producer Hannah, it was kind of my doing. I begged and I pleaded to say, please, 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 can I do this early bird special that Debbie had on Easter Sunday, because it was amazing. When we first started Sewing Street, obviously we were a small group and we all have our input of what we think is going to, you know, our favourite products, what your favourite products are. And top of all of our lists, one of them was this, the Sew Line glue pen. There's no point me going on and on and on about it because we are so limited. There is no point even showing it. But it is a key part of EPP. It was an early bird special, and I did it again yesterday as my second part of my early bird special. The reason that I loved it so much is because you obviously get your pen with your glue stick in, you get a refill, and then you get an extra 6 refills. These on their own are sold out. The only way of getting the refills is with the bundle. Now, it doesn't sort of harm, does it? It is no harm to have another pen, a second pen, whether you're gifting it or whether you're using it yourself. One upstairs and one downstairs. There you go. One out in the garden and one in your pencil case ready to go to workshops. They are absolutely brilliant. EPP must have. £10.98 I found online. Literally, I think it was £9.98, just this. There's 4 of them left, by the way. There's 4 of them left. You are getting 6. Hannah was saying she stocks up for the year. She was saying she actually stocks up for the year because these are really difficult to get hold of. They really, really are. Hence why we are now very, very limited. Everybody loves to stock up whilst they can, and especially at that price. It didn't need to be at that price. One of the most popular products anyway. But we love, of course, at this sort of time, we want to cheer everybody up. Trying our best to keep everybody company, of course, as safely as we can. I'm just so pleased that we're able to be on air. But do make the most of these deals whilst they last, because I don't know how long it's going to take to get them back into stock. It is great. And for anybody who managed to buy it over the last 2 days, as I know hundreds of you have, now I know how to do it. Let me show you how you can replace them. Because I'm going to be talking about the glue pen throughout the show, and I know that Sally Ann was talking about it. So all you do is you twist right to the top. Well, you'll be at the end of it, so you'll start to see that white part at the bottom. It doesn't matter what colour it is, by the way, because it dries completely clear. Pull that out. Pop your next one in and you're ready to go. Okay, let's start with the bundles. We've got the Harbour Kaleidoscope bundle. The cushion kit that we had, again with Sally Ann. It was great, wasn't it, to be able to do a virtual sort of demo. It's brilliant. Hopefully we're going to be able to do a few more of those over the next coming weeks. This is a huge panel, loads of hexes. And I love the fact that you can see sort of what it's going to make as they're stitched together. Debbie Shaw's tip is to number them. She says on the back, if you number them, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then you can cut them out. You can cut them out all together. We brought it down. I put it on a pile with, or did I not? I definitely had it in my hand. Is that it? Oh yeah. Right, he's crawling under the camera. 200 pieces, 200 hexes, 200 paper pieces you get with this bundle as well. I'll have to count the hexes, but it's enough to make your front cushion. So your cushion. Do you want any cushions? That's fine. So this is what it's kind of going to look like. I don't need to stuff them with cushions, just so you can see. Once you've pieced them all together, it will look something like this. Now, this one is a bit of a cheap one. It's just been printed so you can see what it will look like. But the idea, English paper piecing, for anybody who is new to us or new to EPP, you're thinking, what on earth EPP? It's a traditional quilting, slow quilting method where you wrap fabric around paper pieces and stitch them together by hand. It's a lovely, lovely pastime. It's a great slow sew. As long as I've sort of been working with Hannah in the sewing world, Hannah, our producer Hannah, she's been doing the same EPP quilt. And it's because she likes to pick it up, put it down, pick it up on the move, on the bus, on the train, picking up and just doing a little bit of hand sewing. And I find it very, very therapeutic. I know that when we were talking to Steve Bennett, when we very, very first opened the channel, he was talking about mindfulness and how a lot of people have said it's just been their saving grace to be able to do some hand sewing or just to sew. It is really, really good for that. This time, we've got a bit more time on our hands than we normally potentially would. So a project like this, because of the size of the hexes, is going to come together fairly quickly for EPP. You can do tiny little hexes, but it is going to come together really quickly and look beautiful, really beautiful. What I would do is I would have something from your stash, like a 1/2 metre from your stash, with this as the front, and then using 1/2 metre and do an envelope back. And then let me take it to the other side, which is the one that I cut out earlier on with the cutting tool. You could do a complementary cushion front with this, because that's designed to be the back. So, but I'd have that as a cushion front on its own. You could even then do just a plain, pick out one of those colours, maybe a navy blue or a cream, and you can applique some of these hexes on there as well. Look, you've also got these handmade labels, which I love to keep. Keep hold of those, use them for quilt labels. If you're gifting a cushion, maybe you could put one in, but if you're gifting anything, then it's lovely. If you've got a permanent marker, you know, the ones that you put your heat on and it makes it permanent. Or use your 570. Ooh, that's what I was doing last night, making quilting labels. Using this, you can just do your memory of your name, handmade by, and you can make your own little labels. There's only, how many? 1 570 left. It's fate. It's fate. Oh, you don't realise how much pressure that puts me under. I really want it. I'm going to do it. No, it doesn't mean that I won't be able to get one. It just means I won't be able to get the walking foot, the embroidery foot and the fabric. That's such a good price. If you want it at home, get it. I'll make sure that I say to Helen, please, please. Okay. So you also get these paper pieces. Now, at the start of the show, Joe's sister Kat, who is part of our team, she works behind the cameras, directing and being a camera operator as well. But she's really gotten into EPP. Like, I mean, really gotten into it. Every time I see her, she's got a needle in her hand and she's doing a stitch in all the time on FaceTime. We're doing a quiz on a Saturday night and she's like, I'm just doing my stitch in. And she's now, because Debbie Shaw said, you need some concentration for this to try and get your stitches nice and little and close together. But Kat, she's multitasking away, doing it all. She was brilliant. But I did say to her, right, have you got any tips for anybody that's new to it as well on what you would recommend? And she says, don't worry about taking out reusing your hexes. She says, pull them out and you can use them again. They're really lovely quality. They're from Rhinetex, so they're really, really lovely thickness of card. Thick enough that you can reuse them, not so thick that you can't get them out. But the great thing about these, they're your 1 inch hexagons. They're both 1 inch hexagons. You get 200 that are all laser cut. I like the idea of cutting my own hexes, but it takes a long time. And to get them as neat as this and as precise as this, with the panel as well, all ready to go, is brilliant. Another tip from Kat, choose your thread wisely. Do you know a good thread to use for EPP? Kat, I wonder if you know this, is grey. Use a grey thread, because I would automatically use a cream or something, but if you've got some of these navy blue colours, you're probably going to see it. But a grey would probably mix in between. For £19.99 to get the panel and your paper pieces is fantastic value for a lovely gift for somebody. Really lovely gift for somebody. Also, with your glue pen, use your glue pen. I know a lot of people who still, thread-based, which is absolutely fine, but a lot more time-consuming. It's not cheating using your glue pen, it's not. Okay. These are 1 inch hexes. So the hexes are 1 inch, which is the length of each side. So not all the way across. It's like this, look. They're 1 inch, 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 1 inch. I would say when Kat has advised, of course, reusing them, just make sure that they're already attached to another hexie, if that makes sense. So once all of that hexie is stitched next to, then you can remove that hexie. I'd use all your hexes and then start taking them out and reusing them, because otherwise you can warp it a bit. Use the finest needle that you can as well, is another one of Kat's tips. And a really good strong thread. And wear a thimble, because her fingers hurt. Wear a thimble. Or you can get little pads, can't you? Instead of, or a thimble's good if you're using a really fine, sharp needle. Tulip do great needles for EPP. Okay, so that's one of the bundles. We love the harbour one as well. I know a lot of family that are down by the sea in North Devon. My grandparents live up in North Wales as well, so I'd love to make one of those for them. The next bundle that we have, the only other bundle that we have with the Fabby's hexes, is called June Showers. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind June Showers if they looked as beautiful as these. Look at this. Little watering cans. Again, it's £19.99 for the whole panel. Remember, you can essentially really make 2 cushions if you use your stash to back them. If you use your stash to back them, you could use one of them for the front, your spotty for your front. You could even applique a couple of those hexes onto the spotty, and all of your hexes that you can see here. Look at all the different prints. You got your stripe, you got your flowers, you got your little welly boots. I was going through all of my shoes and all my bits and bobs. I ended up throwing my Wellington boots away. I was like, oh, it's summer now. I've had them years and years, and I thought, right, I'm leaving it. And then today, of course, the last couple of days have been really cold. I was a bit optimistic, thinking, that's it, we're in summer now. And I love the way that with this one, if I move it which way am I going? That way. You've got your big applique hexes and your little handmade labels. £19.99, and this time, again, you're getting the same size hexes. Kat, what size hexes did you start working with? I think this is a really nice size if you've never done hexes before, because they're manageable and they'll grow quite quickly. They'll work obviously perfectly with this. They're designed to go together. But if you are using smaller hexes, it can be quite fiddly when you're gluing and basting and stitching together. But also, hers 1.5 inch. See, 1 inch, 1.5 inch. They're good to see the sort of project grow, aren't they? They're lovely. I like that a lot. And they're laser cut, so you know that you're going to get that precision each time and the accuracy. Hexes are traditional, aren't they? The EPP, don't get me wrong, you can do all sorts of shapes. There's like apple cores and curves, they scare us. But once you get going, try out different shapes as well. But hexes, I think, are sort of the most traditional, aren't they? Right, and they are exclusive to us. They are exclusive to us, I didn't mention. The panels are actually designed and printed especially for us, so you can't get them anywhere else, which is brilliant. The other panels that we have, maybe you've already got loads of hexes, maybe you've already got some. We've got 4, 5 different panels, again, all exclusive to us. And this time, yeah, this is that one, Joe. These are lovely, in the kitchen. So you've got, look, little teapots, cutlery set, is it? Little cutlery bits. The geometric shapes, the stripes. I like the ones with the knives and the utensils, the chopping board, the bowl, the little hanging knives, the little house. That's lovely, isn't it? Little placemats. The thing is, if you're starting to buy, let's go fat quarters. To be able to buy all of these different prints on this panel alone, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different prints. 10 different prints on there. So, I mean, that's really good, isn't it? Because you want to have that variety, but it's nice to know that they all go together really, really well. The blues and the yellows, lovely. And your 1/4 of an inch seam allowance is, as far as I'm aware, can I just turn this around so I can read the top of the salvage? Sorry, I was just reading to see. 2-inch edge and added 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So these are 2-inch hexes that are going across. You use your 1-inch hexes for. I don't know whether, is that all right? So this is 2-inch. And that's including your seam allowance. So once you've put your hexes in, you've got 1/4 of an inch to fold over and baste, and then you're stitching them together. Whichever way you want. I suppose this one is a good one because you can just sort of play around. You can play around and do and make whatever you want. Have you got a ruler? I wonder whether I have a ruler and I can measure for you and show you. Thank you. Right, so there you go. You can see each edge. This one. Each edge. I've picked up a difficult one because it's dotty. Let's go to this one. Is 2-inch. £12.99 for your panel. And that will include all of those 10 different prints exclusively designed for us, which is brilliant, isn't it? Okay. I've also got a couple of other hexie panels. If you want to watch the show back to get any more EPP tips from Sally Ann, then it was back on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday just gone. It was the 12th, if you want to watch it back on YouTube. It was the first hour, I believe, wasn't it? Was it the first hour that Sally Ann was? The last hour. Oh, these colours are nice, really gorgeous and bright. This is also in the what, sorry? In the kitchen. I thought you said in a kit. No, we don't have the hexes with this one. If you've already got hexes or if you're cutting your own, £12.99, exclusively designed for us. 60 coordinating hexes on here. You've got 60 coordinating hexes. All those colours working beautifully together and perfect for kitchen makes, aren't they? Just £12.99. Again, another one that is exclusive. We've also got the Harbour. No. HOUU35. Not the Harbour one. This one. Oh, this is the June showers. Seam allowance included again, 60 hexes. I like that one. That is really lovely and bright, isn't it? And I suppose it gives you a chance to sort of make what you want as well. I would just stitch them together and see where it goes. Keep going with it. Buy a couple of panels. And these are large hexes, so therefore they are going to come together very, very quickly, aren't they? Just £12.99, exclusive to Sewing Street. Because they're 2-inch, they are larger than the ones that we had in the kit. So, like I said with the one before, anything bigger than 1 inch, I think, is a great place to start with EPP, because it is going to be more manageable. It's going to be less fiddly to sew, and it comes together really quickly. Just £12.99. That's your June showers. We've also got your harbour. In the harbour. Not in the navy, in the harbour. I do like the colours on this one though. The navy blues and oranges. Lovely quality cotton panels as well. They really are. You just get a lot for your money to say that you've got all of these different prints, 60 hexes, your navy blue, the one with the shells, the one with the spots on your shells, your lighthouse, your larger sort of big sort of shells at the bottom there, the orange and blue, your crabs, your orange shells. £12.99 for your 2-inch hexes on a panel, 60 individual hexes, all ready to cut. I wonder whether, do you know how I'm holding it like that you can see the diamonds in between? Could you cut, Kat, let me know, do you think you could cut the hexes out and keep your diamonds? No, they'll be too small, won't they? They'll be too small to piece them together like that. You would need to have a gap between. Let me know what you think. Do you know what I'm on about? Right, the last design that we have is your pastels. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I've just finished another little baby quilt for my sister-in-law's having another baby number 2. She's her little Seb. You'll probably remember when he was born. He's got to be nearly 18 months, and she's having another baby. Oh my word! She's due to pop any day now. So I've finished her quilt, did the quilt label, as I say, last night. But all these colours are just so beautiful for a nursery, especially if you don't know, the sex of the baby. These are such lovely spring pastel shades, aren't they? Oh, I love them. £12.99, and just a great way if you're buying a charm pack, or if you're buying fat quarters. The value for money in this at £12.99, to be able to say that you're getting lots and lots and lots of different prints. The spots, the squares, the little leaves, the little flowers. Some really lovely delicate prints, but yet still different shades, different scales of print. Perfect for EPP. Just £12.99. I know that Sally Ann will have given you some great tips as well along the way. So if you do want to watch the show back, you can do so on YouTube. You can do so on the YouTube channel. It was on Easter Sunday. Right. So they are all of your EPP panels. If there's any that you want me to show again, or with something else, then let me know. We've now got, we've got Frozen! Oh, don't do this to me. I can't believe I've not seen this yet. How have I not seen this? I've not even seen it on the show. Okay. Is it gone? The 570's gone. Oh, all of them are gone. If you got one of those with the deal that we offered with the walking foot and the embroidery foot, please use them, have a go with them, experiment with them, because it's so exciting. They're a freebie, really, aren't they? But the walking foot alone's £50. I'm not sure how much the embroidery foot is, but again, costly to be able to add those extras on. So, well done, everybody that's got it. I still love this machine, and you know what? Even without that extra £80 saving, if you get the chance to get the 570 when we can get more in stock, even if it doesn't have a deal, you know, the freebies, do make the most of it. I love it. I really, really love this machine. I'm going to be talking about it more tomorrow, I think, anyway, because I'll be using it. I'll be using it with the creative grids. Well done. It has now sold out, but it's worth keeping your eyes peeled on the website for that to come back. Right, let's do the Frozen. Let it go, let it go. I love Frozen. I've been a bit disappointed that the lack of knowledge of the film Frozen that the guys here at Sewing Street have. Does Debbie like Frozen? Does John like Frozen? Joe, do you like Frozen? Oh, my word. Do you know what? It's if you enjoy the film or not, you can't. I was talking to Kieran about this actually because we were watching High School Musical. Classic. And I was saying, what do you think was bigger? Do you think it was Frozen or High School Musical? Or do you think like The Greatest Showman or Frozen? It's got to be Frozen. Disneyland have built like a whole section around Frozen. It's just a phenomenon. No matter sort of what age you are. I mean, everybody I know just absolutely was captivated by it. The second film I loved as well. I did really love it. But it was that first magical story that I just love. And I'm not ashamed to say, I do love the film. I love the songs. I sing them all. And this fabric is just so cool. It's the official Frozen fabric and it's $6.99. Do you know what? I've got to get some of this for Robin, my goddaughter, She is obsessed with Elsa. Do you know Rowan, her younger brother, loves Frozen too. He's more of an Anna boy. He likes Anna. But Elsa, the reason I love this as well, it looks like, you know, like a knit Christmas jumper. The printing on it is really clever that it looks like it's a knit. It's not. It's quilting cotton. Oh, do you know what I'd do? I'd fussy cut an EPP. Or, right, I went to Disney at Christmas for my friend's birthday. And I really wanted to get some souvenirs for my goddaughter, who I say is absolutely obsessed with Frozen. And it's really, really expensive, as you can imagine. In Disneyland, you go into the stores, everything is 10 times more than it would be in the stores here. But even if you were to, say, applique a section of this onto a little white T-shirt or onto a cap, I mean, you can embellish so much. What about bedding? What about having Frozen blinds or somebody that loves it? This is just so gorgeous and really great quality. And it's the official Frozen fabric. And the reason that I say that is because I have seen sort of copies or ones that aren't the official, and she don't look like Elsa. She just doesn't. Her eyes aren't the same as Elsa's, or her hair isn't quite the same. That's Elsa. I love it. £6.99. And if I open this out, if you buy just half a metre, look at how many Elsas you've got on there. That you are going to embellish. You're going to make a little girl or little boy or yourself extremely happy. What about making little tote bags, a backpack, a school bag when they get ready to go back to school? This is so lovely. Little dress, a little Elsa dress. Can you tell I'm getting a bit too excited about this? Joe's like, yeah, calm down. Calm down. Or I might go and watch Frozen when I go home now. You say this, Joe, but you know they've just launched the new Disney, doing Disney Plus, where you can watch any Disney film all the time. Joe and Liam, they pre-ordered it. Not just got it, they pre-ordered it. They were there. So you can't make me... You've watched every single Star Wars film from start to finish since they got it in the last 3 weeks. Right, which one next, Joe? Olaf. Because I like warm hugs. Do you know what? I miss hugs. It's so strange, isn't it? Everything we used to sort of take for granted. I heard Debbie Shaw saying on the show a few days ago that she was watching the television. It was a pre-record, and they were hugging, and she thought, oh, what are they doing? What's everyone doing? They're standing too close. It's so weird how we automatically have just adjusted so quickly, isn't it? But yeah, I do miss warm hugs. That's Olaf's famous line. Oh, he's just so lovely. Limited on the Frozen fabric. It's the first time I've ever seen it, and I absolutely love it. Perfect for little boys, little girls, or us, you know, grown up kids. It's just lovely. I like the fact, again, it looks like it's knitted. It looks like a Christmas jumper, but Frozen isn't just for Christmas. Frozen's all year round. I'm trying so hard not to sing. You don't realise how much I'm doing my best not to start singing, bursting into song. Can we do the Anna and Elsa and Olaf on white? You know what we're all guilty of when it comes to October, November? December comes and we say, oh, we haven't had time. We haven't had time to make the tote bags or the gift bags or the Christmas sacks or Christmas baubles, table gift ideas. Now is the perfect time. We are just going into spring, but I'm going to say the word, Christmas. This would be a perfect time to get making some beautiful Christmas projects using your frozen fabric, putting them away, ready for Christmas. £6.99. So on this one, maybe, siblings, they like the same things, but they like different. So they both like Frozen, but one likes Elsa and one likes Anna. As I said, my godchildren, Robin and Rowan, there's no doubt about it, Robin is Elsa. She absolutely loves Elsa, but Rowan loves Anna. So you could have the same fabric, just 1/2 metre, and you can please, both of them. And you've got your little Olafs. What about for greeting cards or gift tags? What are you giggling at? Please bring this in. Please bring the phone in. We've got to play it on the telly. We've got to play this on the telly. Oh, that's beautiful voice. I know exactly who that is from the Dudley Twang. Hayley, you shouldn't send in messages because you're going to be on the telly. Thank you. You ready? This is our Hayley.
Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Does Joseph love Frozen, or is he at a point that now he's gone off it? Did he? Because it was about 7. How many years ago now? Was it 5 years ago? It still feels so fresh, doesn't it? It's still everywhere. It's still everywhere. Let's go with. But we all know that song, don't we? If you like Frozen or not, we all know Idina Menzel singing that song. Let's do this one. Oh, this is it? Yeah. It's. I was going to say I've got it upside down or not, but no, it's upside down side. It's multi-directional, dual directional. Oh no, Hayley's cringing now. She's like, oh no. My favourite song is the Anna song, For the First Time in Forever. I'd love to have been a Disney princess. Do you know, since we've been, spending a lot of time at home, I've got a lot of friends who have just got young children, and Joseph loves Frozen. I remember actually it was the troll song at the start, wasn't it? That Joseph always made you play on repeat in the car, Hayley. She was like, I've listened to that song so many times, the troll song at the start. I totally forgot about that. But a lot of my friends have got young children, and they keep ringing me like, please, can you just go on FaceTime to them and keep them entertained? Will you just sing Frozen to them? Please, will you just sing Frozen? So Kieran keeps hearing me singing away to people, and he says, right, we've got to do this. We could do this as a business thing. I'll set a backdrop up and we could just entertain everyone. I was like, what do you mean we? You're not going to be involved at all. You could put an Elsa wig on and start singing Let It Go. But no, we all love Frozen. He could be in the Olaf outfit, yeah. Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman. I could quote it all. You're going to regret giving me this Frozen fabric, Hayley. I just love it. I'm thinking of, like a laundry bin in a bedroom, or storage boxes, or to keep toys in, or book bags, play bags, drawstring bags, little dresses. Go on, watch it when you get back. We'll put it on. We'll both put it on at the same time and sing along. This is Olaf's Frozen Adventure in blue. So if anybody doesn't know the story, I'm just going to sing through the whole of the back catalogue now. Films 1 and 2. Joe just said, oh, hang on, sorry, we just got some microphone issues. And then I was like, oh, okay, sorry. Oh, wait a minute. And then he was like, oh, no, I'm only joking. It's because you're about to burst into song. How rude. This is your chance to buy by the half metre as well, by the way. So it doesn't just stop at half metre. Oh, no, your frozen adventure can go so much further. Do you know who I know would love this, Becky? Oh, it's so cute. £6.99 half metre. They're all very limited, so I'm going to move on to the last one. What's that, sorry? No, it doesn't come already pre-cut. If you're buying more than half a metre, it's going to be cut off the bolt especially for you to whatever size you want. So if you are thinking of making larger projects, big frozen quilt, oh, I wouldn't even cut it up. I would just, you could even just do your quilting lines over it, couldn't you? Sven, look, Sven's here now. Sven's the reindeer. He doesn't talk, but he does in the second film, actually, doesn't he? Have you watched the second film, Joe? Have you been to the cinema to watch it? No, he hasn't seen it. You need to watch it. It will come out onto Disney Plus in July. Oh, yeah, it was only out in December. It was only just come out, the second film. It's really good. Same characters. So this actually, do you know what? It sort of goes across both films. £6.99 a half metre. This one you could just simply buy a couple of metres of this and see where the lines are. Just do quilting, straight line quilting all the way down. It would look like a patchwork quilt. Does Debbie do some tips on how to do? Have I got it upside down or is it multi-directional again? Multi-directional. I think these would make lovely gift tags as well. You could do like little, with the polywadding that we had yesterday, you could do almost like little quilted gift tags and just make loads of them all ready for Christmas. On the front of greetings cards or little gifts. Gift tags. Good idea. Gets the paper, he always forgets the gift tags. Do you end up just writing on the gift paper? So this is such a good idea to get them all sorted, stocked up, and they're reusable. Christmas decorations put on the tree. Oh, I just love it. Do you know what? I can't wait. I've got to clear up any rumours that I did clear it up yesterday, but I'm definitely not pregnant. But I can't wait to have little children. I'm going to make sure they love Frozen too, so I can... well, I'm just going to keep watching it anyway. I don't need children to do that. They're so lovely. I haven't watched it for a long time. It's just bringing it all back, seeing the fabric. Right, I did go through a phase of watching it way too much. They're all the frozen fabrics, by the way, and they're all incredibly limited. So have a look underneath us on the web. Have a bit of a sort through of how much fabric you're going to need because I don't know whether we're going to be able to get it back afterwards. So do make the most of that. Right, I've also got the blues. Hayley couldn't find the blooms. We couldn't find the Sally's demo earlier. She did an amazing quilt with this, and I really wanted to show it because seeing it as a panel like this, don't get me wrong, looks beautiful. But when you see what Sally did with it really easily, you would absolutely go for it. It's just amazing. The colours are beautiful. The patterns are amazing. And it's just £17.97. It's a saving of £2. Whether you're making 2 cushion fronts, whether you're buying 2 of these, they will come pre-cut. What I'm going to do is, if I put it in half, because it's the same repeated, then you can see what your cushion front would look like. And it looks like you've done all the patchwork. It's not cheating. It's just clever. Just time saving. They're lovely colours, aren't they? Really nice and bright. £17.97. Sunday, the 15th of March at 9 a.m. if you want to watch Sally's show back. It was lovely, Sally Stevens. £17.97. we've got two. It's from Boho Bloom's Nancy Archer's design, but we've also got two complementary fabrics, which if you want to maybe use them for the back of cushions, or whether you want to make some statement cushions to go alongside them. This can look like your pieced one, and these can be like little scatter cushions, or maybe a bolster cushion, I'm thinking. Remember, you get ½ a metre with your bundle as well. So not only do you get the panel, you get ½ a metre of your like spring paisley kind of print, isn't it? And then you also get your Tweety birds. Hello, Dawn. Dawn's messaged in about EPP. Cut out your hexes, lay them out, and take a photo. Ah, that's good. That's really, really good, especially for the kits, the panels that we had, because they're not numbered. So if you're cutting them all out, you might be like, oh, having to do a jigsaw puzzle all over again. So that's a good idea. Take a photograph, lay them all out and take a photograph, or number them. Number them as well. But then you've got a bit of an idea of where you want them to go. So if you're not working with the panel, you could, make all your hexes, decide how you want it, because you might think, oh, there's too much pink there, or I want to, give it a bit more sort of texture at different scales of print. See that you're happy with how it is. That's a really good idea. Oh, has she? She sent a picture of the EPP. Joe's admiring it. I'll see it after the show. Joe said it's amazing. Can I look on the page? So you get all of those fabrics for just £17.97. So you're sorted with your backs of your cushions as well. Or just use a bit from your stash for the back of your cushions. And then you can... Right, I'm on the... Yeah. Can you see me doing that? Oh, yeah. Right, okay. On the main page, or the fans' main page, Sewing Street, and it will be on Visitor. Sorry, I'm not very good at working this. It's called a Huawei. There are other tablets available, ones that I know how to use better. Right, I'm on the page. I can see how to get onto posts. I can't see how to get onto visitors' posts. Oh, yeah, I'm there. Oh, my word. Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Oh, that's a really good idea then, to place them all out and see that you're happy with it, because look at how symmetrical that is. Don't get me wrong. Oh, yes, we had Laura as a friend. Oops. Had Laura as a friend there. People you may know. Hannah McCabe, Paul Evans and Laura. Yeah, we know them all. We know them all. So there's your ½ meters of fabrics again, but you could fussy cut these for your own individual hexes. We've bundled them to use them so you can finish your cushions at the back of the cushions, but also what about a bolster cushion, or accenting wall hangings or storage boxes to go with your panel. £17.97. Okay, so that's for your bundle. Are they available individually? Is the panel available on its own? Let's do the panel on its own first then. So I'll just do these very, very quickly, as I know we have seen them. But your panel on its own is £7.99. Studio E Bernie quilt. And you can see your stitch lines. Can you see the pink dashed line that's going around? Recommending on where to stitch. They're all very, very limited on their own individually. There's more available in bundles, but individually they're really limited. So that's half of it, so it's twice that. I'll open it out so you can see. But you could make a quilt even, couldn't you? If you bought 2 of these, you could do like a lap style quilt. They will come already cut, but you can stitch them together. If you want the bundle saves you £2. So if you know that you want to get all of the fabrics, then you do get a saving of £2. That's the panel on its own. We've also got 2 of the other fabrics by the ½ metre. How are we doing for time, Joe? Okay. I'm really conscious of my timekeeping today because it was all over the shop yesterday. I was just chatting and chatting away. I've got so much to catch up on. I haven't spoken to anyone for 3 weeks. Kieran won't talk to me. No, I've been well entertained with all of our crew on FaceTime and Skype and Zoom and House Party, all the quizzes. You got to get quizzing tonight, haven't you? It's Joe's quiz tomorrow, so but you've got to make your quiz tonight. Oh, go on, yeah, let's do it. Right, does everybody want to get involved in Joe's quiz? We've had a few weeks trial run. He does it every Wednesday, but he says, shall I post it on the fan page? And you can play along. It's a live interactive quiz. I must say, though, Laura did one last week, and she did a sewing round, and I felt myself getting really nervous, quite sweaty, thinking, oh, I've got to win this, I've got to win it. So I sat and really concentrated. I came first. Yes. Because they time you as well. They time you, so you've got to press your answer really, really quick. But, yeah, it's really good fun. So if you want to join Joe's quiz, it will be at 8:30 tomorrow night. And he'll post it on the Facebook fan page some point tomorrow. So then you just click the link, you write your name, and then the quiz will start. Oh, I'll post it for you. £5.99 a half metre. That's your Paisley. We've all been doing one, though. And Hayley Bryant's going to do one, isn't she? Join first. No, I wasn't. I was very much first. Join first with who? No, I wasn't, Hayley. Don't you tell fibs. She says with her. No. No. I got 10 out of 10, Hayley. Don't take that away from me. Hayley's very competitive, you know. £5.99 for your lovely little... can you see they've got the ditzy print? There's a floral print. The detail in the birds is so gorgeous. £5.99 a half metre from your Boho Blooms range. What? Oh my word! Sorry, but it's about the taking part. It's not about the winning. I'll just say. So Hayley's now saying that she came joint first because she got the same amount of questions right, but I was a lot quicker. Hayley Bryant said, I won overall. I think you forgot, Vic. Yeah, you did. You did come over. I think overall I came 4th or 5th, which wasn't bad actually, because on the science round that you did, I came 10th, which was last. Right, that's £5.99. The quiz is free, by the way, and it's just for fun. It's just for fun. It's completely independent from Sewing Street. So if Joe, well, your questions are they're all okay, aren't they? But Hayley just wanted to reiterate that it's nothing to do with Sewing Street. But if you want to take part, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. Yeah, if you want to dispute any of the answers, because there were a few questionable ones. There was who's in line to the throne, and that was one of Laura's questions, and everyone was like, no, Laura, that's wrong. You got it wrong. So if you've got any disputes of the answers, then go to Joe, not Hayley. Okay, so should we do the snaps? Or what was it that Hayley... Can we? Right. I'll do them really, really quickly, but I think these are brilliant. Quick, easy snap fasteners, especially if we've done the frozen fabric for children's wear, like dungarees or bibs or little bits and bobs, and these are brilliant. They come in such an array of colours. I mean, look at all these. There's loads. There are loads. It's so satisfying. That's annoying, though, isn't it? When the blue one... Oh, no. So you've got all of your different colours in there. You've got white, you've got yellows, oranges, you've got red, you've got pinks. You don't get the tool with it. That is separate, but there is a handy space to keep your tool in there. So the snaps themselves are £32.99. They come in that lovely carry case, which every compartment has, well, it has its own little storage box that when you tip it up, they're not going to get mixed up. They're not going to fall all everywhere. So it's really nice to keep or to go on the move with. All of these colours. Now, I am going to do a little demo to show you how to use it, but you might see the graphics change for the pliers as we go around. So we'll put the pliers in now. So they're all your snaps. You will need the pliers to be able to do them. So the pliers are from Prim. They're £12.99 and they come with an assortment of different attachments. You've got your little pointy one, which is going to pierce through your fabric. You also get this rubber one, which you want on there to apply your snaps, and then you also get that white base. Now, what you'll need, let's pick. I'm just going to use a bit of a fat quarter that I've got here, which I believe is out of stock now. So I am going to do a little snap on it. I did one earlier on. So if you do want to do, I'm thinking for notebooks, little bags, purses, zips, they're just handy to have and really quick and easy to use. So let's go with a pink one just because I did the pink earlier. You're going to need, there's different ones in here. You need 2 pointy ones like that. And then you need, can you hear him running around there? Can you hear him? I could hear him at home the other day running around. So you need 2 of your pointy ones. And then you also need, if I can find them, one that looks like that and then one that looks like that. So an in and an out one. You get 300 snaps, by the way, in the box. You get 300 snaps. You get 30 of each colour. So to do it, what you need to do is you pierce your hole through. You need 2 parts. So the one section you pierce through. Make sure if you are, doing children's wear or anything that is going to have a lot of pulling about, put a bit of interfacing in or, an extra bit of woven fabric, depending on what you're using. And then whichever one you want, whether it be the male or the female part, you slot that on. And then with your pliers, you're going to come in, slot your white section into there and give it a really, really good squeeze. Now, as I say, if you are doing this for children's wear, just give it a really good squeeze, both hands, until you see that that's completely pressed flat. I don't know whether you can see that at home. That is completely flat. And then again, for the other side, we're going to go through the fabric, take your other part, which is going to separate in, and can you see that that's pointing up? We're then going to go in again with the pliers. You don't need to be muscle man, it's all right, but just give it a good old macho man. I'm going to give that an extra press because it's not quite flat, but give it a really good squeeze. And then that is how simply your snaps will then press together. There you go. So it's really, really quick. The fact that you have got 300 snaps in there is going to keep you all going for a long time, isn't it? You're not going to need stocking up. And you get the case. You will need the pliers. They're just £12.99 and they come with all the different attachments. There's lots of great demonstrations on YouTube, but it is really, really simple to use. Easy as that. So they are your Prim. Oops. Pardon. Thank you. Sorry, before I make a mess. And there is that space there for your pliers, which also have, I should put this on really, it's like a little cap to keep your pliers together so it doesn't do exactly what I just did and pull them apart. Great for duvet covers, purses, bags, bibs, dungarees. I'm thinking, like when you make little baby grows and you have the little presters underneath. You can also use with the pliers, you can use the metal ones as well. It doesn't need to be these, the plastic snaps. You can use the little metal ones. Okay, so they are your pliers. What else do we need to recap? That's 11p a snap. Joe's just worked out. 11p a snap, which is really good, and they're such beautiful colours. The Liberty fat quarters are now extremely, extremely limited. The only way of getting the grey, remember, is in the fat quarters. We don't have these by the half metre. You're getting 11 top quality Liberty cotton quilting weight fat quarters in neutrals and greys, which I'm not surprised are the most popular colourway. The only way of getting these, remember, is in this bundle, and once they're gone it could be weeks and weeks until we're able to get any more Liberties back. £42.99 is from the Winterbourne House range, which I did say earlier, I think this is now my favourite ever Liberty collection. I just love it, and I love the fact that it's inspired by a house that's here in the Midlands in Birmingham, Winterbourne House. Such lovely colours. I mean, that one, I love it. So beautiful. £3.90 a fat quarter. Now remember, you could make a whole cushion front with this. Joe did a quick search earlier on about how much it costs for a Liberty cushion, and he says I didn't even try to look for expensive ones. I just literally typed into a search engine Liberty cushion, and it was £100 to £150, wasn't it? Really, £150 to £200. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can get them more affordably, but it's the name, it's the brand. You can make your own with Liberty fabric. All you would need to add is a fat quarter or half a metre of your white for your back, and maybe bind it if you want to do an envelope or a zip, however you want. But you can make a lot of projects with this fat quarter pack. We're down to now 10 chances to be able to get your grey and neutral, which I know I sound like a broken record, but it's the only way of getting these fabrics, the only way of getting the fabrics. Something we're all crying out for at the moment is hand cream. Our hands are, of course, washing our hands a lot, and therefore our hands are suffering. They feel very, very dry, don't they? So the Seams hand cream, I think John was going to air it on Friday, and it hadn't come back into stock. So this is just fresh back into stock today for anybody who's after a gift for somebody. Nice to send this for someone, actually, wouldn't it? £13.99 for your Couture's hand cream, and it's really lovely, non-greasy, for just £13.99. Have a look on the website because it does have the list of ingredients, and you can also watch the show back with the inventor Karen on our YouTube channel. It's just £13.99 though, so just thought I'd let you know that that was back in stock. It's been amazing, another brilliant day, and I'm going to be back with you tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's show. I'm a bit nervous, if I'm honest, because I've never actually done any sewing on telly before, and it's very different apparently, telly sewing, so we'll see how that goes. But we've got fabrics at 8 o'clock, workroom tools at 9, which include some brilliant creative grids. I've been working with the 60-degree triangle from Creative Grid and showing you what you can do with that. And 10 o'clock, that's at 10 o'clock. There's your 60-degree triangle ruler that's coming up, but loads of tools to keep you all kitted out. It's been a pleasure to be with you this morning. Don't forget to watch yesterday's replay, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Stay safe.